Well, what's the general demi operation? What's how I think of it? I would. Not only would I'd actually I've done a lot of first time I did not only necessary, but I wanted to not even and I feel like
Thank you.
Doug. Well. Oh, Doug. Well, hand me that guitar. Hand me that guitar, Doug. Let's get this show on the road. Here's one you'll know.
Hey everybody, it is so nice to see you. It is of course me, Mr. Demi. Hello, hope everyone's doing well. I am enjoying the weather. It is not extremely hot like it's been in the past. I'm gonna go ahead and get that going. Let's see. There we go. All right, all set, all prepped. Hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Tech Fitty, it has been a while. Yeah, I'm just doing an early one. Not supposed to do live when I'm at work. I know, I'm sorry, y'all. I just wanted to do something earlier today. I have some friends who want to hang out in the evening, so I figured I'd do a little 2-for-1. Plus, there's some people in Europe who we don't often get to see, so I figure we can mix it up just a little bit. The Warden take out the coat. Yes, they did, Cowbell. Yes, they did. It was actually quite fun. I think there may be a clip on it. Her coat was made of little weasels. That's what she was. She had a little weasel coat. All of her little thingies. It was very, very funny. Oh yeah, my beanie. That's true. Since it is not as hot as it's been, let's get this bad boy back on. Little Papa Demi. Hey there, Nexit. Hello to you. Yes, that is Marshmallows on a Stick. Good eye. We've got our background. That's all very Ace Attorney. Nexit, have you played Ace Attorney Investigations 2? I have definitely been doing a decent job avoiding spoilers, I think. Sometimes people come in and they'll say things that are like adjacent, but like they don't actually spoil anything, which is very nice. We are starting case 3 right now too, so this is actually a good time to watch if you haven't seen anything, because there will be basically only a new story ahead of us. It's called, I think, Turnabout Legacy, which I'm pretty stoked about. Show you the marshmallows. You could have made that clear, dearie. I like it. We've got our marshmallows right here. Super cute. Very, very toasty. I think that this one is caught on fire, so he's not as happy. I may rip this off at some point. In fact, I probably should, because I'm never going to sell this. It's so soft. No, they don't come. Oh, actually, I guess they do kind of move. They're connected to each other. Kind of. I mean, I guess there's like a little, you could maybe cut this little part off, but yeah, maybe, I guess you actually probably could kind of move them a little bit. I think they're super cute. Very, very soft. They came from Coco Bean, of all people, who is so sweet. And of course, Coco G, who's a fun streamer friend of ours as well. So yeah, very, very fun. Very, 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 very fun. Okay, let me go ahead and boot up the game. Let's get this going. I've been digging it big time. This has been my favorite Ace Attorney in a long time. Mostly because I don't know as much, or mostly because I haven't played as many new things, you know? Like all the other older ones that I play, I kind of already know the story. Here's a fun question for you. If you could, you know, erase your memories like they do in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, would you do it for certain things? Like, not like hardcore memories, but just like to relive certain things from a fresh start? I'm very curious if anyone would do something like that. I would do that for One Piece, as I'm sure no one is surprised to hear. I would love to reread One Piece with, like, without knowing anything. Alright. Let's go ahead and load this. What should we make today, kids?
And Judy's Bake and Bow.
Laugh and swing, smile is true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Over there, the oven's got something special to share. Bing. Now let's see what we got for you. They're a cute couple. It's cooking time. You ready to make something special together? Sus. Wow, talk about a blast from the past. Hey, Gregory. I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally gonna find out what happened 18 years ago. Whoa. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna turn the fan off and swap it a little differently. It's not super hot, but I wanted to make it just a little bit cooler. Yeah, those are good answers, you guys. I like playing Professor Layton chronologically. You mean like starting with like the Last Spectre, maybe? Chewie, I would absolutely want to relive. Diamond and Pearl, OG Diamond and Pearl, man. That is a fun thought right there. I loved OG Diamond and Pearl. Well, Fender, are you finally going to tell me what we're doing here? Why have you brought me to an art gallery of all places? Hey, you had nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come and enjoy the magic of star sign stuff together. I'm leaving. Chill, big guy, I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident, yeah? Your old man's last case? Of course. Von Karma took great pleasure in showing me all the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite, see? I was also present at the trial all those years ago, although my memories of it are somewhat hazy. Whoa. As a child, I was completely in awe of my father. The sight of him in court was inspirational. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, and opposite him, the man who would become my mentor, Manfred von Karma. It was quite a case. However, it ended with the conviction of the accused. Ah, so you were there too. You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing. Well, that'll make explaining things easier. Wanted you to know something, see? That something being what really went down. Not the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago, smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. Is that right? Bringing some weird USB cables. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. Looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things weren't so innocent behind those frozen doors. In fact, some pretty sordid stuff went down. This is back before yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney you see before you today. Are we gonna play in the past? Yo! Yo! Hey, Blaze the Best, hello! Do I get to be Gregory Edgeworth? Or am I hope I'm him and not Fender. I mean, Fender's cool too, but... Hey, Mystery, this one really came out of the blue, huh? It did. We were called in before the ink on the arrest papers were even dry. My name is Gregory Edgeworth! I'm a defense attorney! What?! What?! I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. Wow! A murder on Christmas Eve, what's the world coming to? In the dark of the night, at the end of the day, I saw two timely savers a-coming my way. Oh, it's these guys. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we will be soon. Blaze, I thought Case 2 was cool. I like that the person who did it, like, she was kind of coerced in a way. And I feel like there was more to her doing it than really the case led on. It was also way longer than I thought, too. I am on early prototype. Hello, hello. Neither was I. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm just so happy to see you both. Thanks so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. You're the accused, I take it. I am. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law at your service. Okay, so he was clearly named after Gregory Peck, right? I look forward to representing you. Hey, Carla Markov, nice to meet you. Welcome on in here. Are you a big Ace Attorney fan? I've never played this before. This one in particular. I'll do everything I can to help. Come now, Edward. Calm down, please. You'll have to forgive him. He's still new to this. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from the fully fledged lawyer material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping he'll be of some assistance in investigating the particulars. Gregory and Eddie, it's an honor to meet you both. My job as a defense attorney is to save my clients from wrongful convictions. So the first thing is to establish whether or not he is truly innocent. Perhaps we can begin by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. This is so cool because you basically never get to see... This is a character who's always been dead, so you never get to actually see him interact. And see maybe the hybrid between, like, Edgeworth's style and his father's, I mean. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Well, it really is you! Samson Tangaroa, the world's greatest confectioner. You flatter me, my young friend. And call me Samson. All my friends do. I'm a JoJo character. Wow, thanks, Samson. I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. Seems Eddie knows something of our... Okay, Shagraz, get out of here. Read One Piece before you even think about coming to get me. Mystery, it's the Samson Tangaroa. What shall we make today, kids? Macarons, waffles and cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Look there, what where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Now, let's see what we've got for you. I almost started dancing along. No way, I got to sing with Samson Tangaroa. Heh, thanks, little pal. Means a lot to hear you say that. My apologies, but I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Of course, I'm sure you're both very busy. Alright, where would you like me to start? So you're not just a confectioner, but also a singer and a dancer. I sure am. When I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. You must really enjoy making desserts. Haha, wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I live to make sweets that will bring joy to others. Yeah, the guarded jazz hands. Hey, they're not just things, they're works of art. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations. So he aims to create joyous and inspirational pieces. I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion. It did. We were holding an international confectionery contest when a body was found inside one of my creations. Wow. Inside? No way. The detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it. Now here I am. But I could never take a life, never. I'm sure the police will see to that too in no time. They'll realize their mistake. I sure hope so. And what can you tell us about the victim? His name is Artie Frost. He was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost was a wonderful confectioner. His creations were things of real beauty. I just don't understand. Why did he have to die? He was what? He was in the contest. Yeah, go for it, kids. I'd love that. He seems genuinely upset over the victim's death. I think I'll have a pretty good measure of the man now. I want to see him interact with Von Karma so badly. Gregory Edgeworth and Manfred Von Karma, Edgeworth's two mentors. One last thing I need to confirm with you. You didn't kill him, correct? Correct. I swear to you I didn't do it. Thank you for being so forthright. I like Edgeworth's style, or his dad's style, Gregory's style. It's like, you know, he's not like a what's the word? He's not like a bleeding heart like other defense attorneys, but he's very, like, put together and composed. We'll be in touch when we have something more to tell you. Goodbye, Gregory. Goodbye, Eddie. Counting on you both. Wow, on Christmas Eve. Ooh, pretty cold out there, huh, Mr. E? Never saw so much snow. Yes, and it doesn't seem like it will be letting up anytime soon. But look at this place. What a sweet house Samson's got. It's huge. Oh, this is Samson's house? Wow. They're gonna have to hold an international confectionery contest. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Come on in, we'll have some fun. Oh, it's the girl. Oh, no. Are you all right? I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? I would. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Eddie Fender, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. Duty bound, it's an honor to meet you. Oh, like duty bound? I'm the housekeeper here, and his assistant. You're no housekeeper, you're duty bound, duty bound. You know a little something of my work. A little, I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Bob's biggest fan. Hee hee, very kind of you to say so. We're nothing without our fans. And what might Bacon Bob be? It's only the biggest show on TV, every kid on the planet loves it. The dynamic duo of Samson and Judy make delicious sweet stuff while singing and dancing. Are they gonna sing? What shall we make today, kids? Cookie dough, caramel too, fluffy choux cream tiramisu. Everyone come along, baking treats with a smile and a song. Ooh, there it's true, the oven's got something special for you. Just take a bite and you will see. I kind of feel like the lyrics match the song a little bit. I dance along every time I watch the show. Perhaps Miles might enjoy it too. I'll suggest it later. But all this dancing really takes it a lot out of a guy. I'm so sorry. I'm the world's worst hostess. Here, nothing relaxes the body and mind quite like a cup of tea. Ah, this is Ceylon, correct? It's delicious. Its citrus aroma is said to improve one's ability to concentrate. Interesting. This is what Ceylon tea tastes like, huh? How odd. The saucer's cold. Yes, it's so that the tea cools down more quickly, I'm afraid. Some of our guests don't like it too hot. I see. These teacups are very unique, too. The design is really something. You think so? Thank you so much. I ordered it all the way from France. They're my absolute favorite. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Halik. Paul Halik? Paul Halik? Halik Paul? I don't know what the pun is there. He makes the most amazing tableware in the world. You're clearly a big fan of his work. Oh, I am. These teacups are my greatest treasure. She's certainly not afraid to show when she's passionate. You know what? I wonder if who Eddie is talking about reporting, is that Edgeworth's mom, maybe? I wonder if we'll meet Edgeworth's mom? If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason we're here. Hey, NTH, you're in class, am I? A star-shaped cup? Well, you could sit from one of the edges. I guess that would be kind of annoying, though. Of course, I'm sorry for getting so distracted. I guess I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, you see. You discovered the victim. Is it true the body was recovered from inside Mr. Tangaroa's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's final judgment phase when I heard the sound of something big collapsing from Samson's room. Samson, are you in here? Ah! I opened the door and went inside, and there was Mr. Frost's body. Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience. Think nothing of it, please. I only wish I had more time to tell you. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you have to save Samson. He's no murderer. He could never do something like that. Of course. Leave it to us, Miss Bound. Thank you so much. I'll go serve the others their tea, then. Come, Eddie, to the scene of the crime. Yes, sir, Mr. E. In and out, let's go. Oh, it's Detective Bad! Oh, wait, what? It's Detective Bad! That's so cool! Wait, that's so cool! No way, everything in this room's made of chocolate. I can't believe I'm getting to see so many of Samson's creations this close and personal. I might be more excited myself if I wasn't a murder scene. Just hearing you say that sends a shiver down my spine. That might just be the temperature in here, it's rather cold. Yes, now that you mention it, it is pretty chill. Achoo! I am fanboying. Thanks, Gil. Defense on the scene already. That was fast. He looks so young. No holes in his jacket. Pleasure to meet you. Gregory Edgeworth, representing Mr. Tangaroa. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Nice to meet you. Bad. Detective Tyrell Bad. The detective in charge is named Bad. A man of few words. Something about this doesn't taste right. Yeah, this man actually ate it. You're eating your notepaper. He likes to chew over his thoughts, rather literally, I'm afraid. Helps him digest and remember them. Yes, Vineri. We're playing as him. It's a little quirk of his. Please try to ignore it. Although I'd be the first to admit that's easier said than done. With introductions out of the way. Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in investigating the scene? Sorry, not gonna happen. What? How come? Mr. Edgeworth is the attorney. Yeah, and attorneys will do anything to get him off the hook. Even put words in their clients' mouths. You think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Edgeworth would never do something like that. I don't trust attorneys. Okay, kid. Detective, you established my client's supposed guilt based on an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah? What of it? Then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent. I would like the chance to prove it. You believe he's innocent, and you didn't even see the scene yet. That's some flimsy lawyering. That's exactly why I wish to see this scene for myself. I need to ensure that my belief is based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. Huh. You about to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? Tch. Fine. Knock yourselves out. Thank you, Detective. But I'm coming around with you. Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. If you're good with that, go ahead and get to it. That was a lollipop this whole time? I must admit, I didn't see that coming either. Thunderstone! Oh my gosh, it's Thunderstone! How are you? Oh my gosh, it's been a while. On a mystery. Let's get this over with. What are you investigating, officer? Sir, I was taking the temperature of the water here. And what have you learned? It's warm, sir. The stream in each room flows in the main fountain. Poor kid Sanji censorship, indeed. Rich folks, they're all crazy. It's a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. I think one of them could be the murder weapon. No, they're all made of chocolate. You'd have a hard time bludgeoning someone to death with one of these. Can't tell what's real in here. They really do look genuine. I can hardly tell the difference myself. True testament to his skills. Ooh! Alright, give me a second. I'll get some music going. I'll keep the sound effects on, though, I think. Alright, let's take a peek at Kid. Thank you as always, my friend. I really appreciate that. Let's get some music on. You're doing this all wrong. An investigation's like a popsicle. Is this too loud? Is it too loud? How was that? Is it too loud? How about that? Everything you do. It's like a look at that popsicle. How's it out now, you guys? Is it too loud still? All that's left is the stick. And what's written on the stick is the truth. But I suppose I better hope it doesn't say guilty. Attorneys are bad luck. Nothing good ever happens with you guys around. You trample the scene, jump to conclusions. You really think that of all of us, me included? Huh. Not a yes, but not a no either. Is it still loud? Didn't I turn it down? Is it still too loud, you guys? And you are. Whoa, look at this guy. Wow. The art of air and sugar. No way, it's like a little baby seahorse. Sleazy thinks it's him, He does have a kind of look to him, doesn't he? That's a dragon. Does look more aquatic than airborne. No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than anybody. That's why I'm heading to Zhangfa when this is all over. I need to train hard. So what are you doing in here, Mr. Gusto? Didn't think they were allowing civilians on the scene. Detective wanted to know more about the pieces in here. Makes sense, seeing as he's a contestant. An airbender and a sugar bender. Carmelo Gusto. Oh, it's a chicken! Sugar blowing pumps. They put air in the sugar. They ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Not a day goes by I don't hurt myself one way or another, that's why I wear red. That way doesn't matter when I make a mess. The art of the confectioner is a lonely one. You never stop learning, not until you die. The way of the confectioner sounds like a long one too if he's injuring himself on a daily basis. Can you tell us more about the incident, or the contest? That's true, Jinya, the hat does match the cut on it. The contest was Tangaroa's idea, it's about arts. Confectionery is arts. Art you can eat, every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible. The whole place does kind of smell like chocolate. Tangaroa is a genius, a once-in-a-generation talent. And if you can't outdo the god of confections himself, you can't win. I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kind of hard, yeah? As it should be. Whoever beats him becomes the greatest in turn. That's the real prize here. Nothing else matters. So you're competing for a title, effectively. And a treasure, the ultimate cookbook. His most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. It's the list of rules that was given to contestants. Sorry, I don't know much about what happened. I only heard about it after the judging was over. How was the judging organized? It started at 3 p.m. Tangaroa began making the rounds right around then. Like wearing ripped jeans. Wait, I know this song. This is like Sonic Pinball, right? Where have I heard this? I think I've heard this from a Sonic game. Like Sonic Pinball for the GBA. Yeah, or Gregory Peck, right? I feel like he was very much designed after Gregory Peck. From his role in To Kill a Mockingbird. He went to Scone's room. She's another of the contestants. What can you tell us about her? Ruthless, brutal. Nothing she wouldn't do to win. She was working with Cream, some kind of dreamscape. Nachito! Hello to you this afternoon. It is Sonic Advance 2. It's the music level, right? Thank you, Kits. Yes. His thing was flavored ice. Sculpture this time. Bound found the body while Tangaroa was still making the rounds. She panicked, ran to the call of cops. Tangaroa went right on judging. Claims he didn't know a thing until afterward. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Huh. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book. I love Advanced 3 particularly. Advanced 3 is so good. And by the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Mr. Gusto talking about earlier? I was gonna ask the piece to the wall in here. Seemed like something was off. Thought I better ask somebody who knows about this stuff. Advance 2 was great too, that's true. I just hate how hard it was to unlock Tiny Chow Garden. We're just gonna take a closer look. Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out? Confectionery is my life. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you, that's very kind of you. That's true. The body could be a chocolate sculpture. Right, and I feel like the freezing temperature probably has something to do with it. Maybe like a frozen body feels different. Candelabra made of chocolate. The light of life. It's missing one of its life-giving flames. Some sort of symbolism. Advance 3 had some great music too, like Cybertrack, Aquatic Bass, or Ocean Bass. Samson really is a god among men. The wood be melting with all this, the freezing temperatures famous? It's so cold in here, right? Hey there, Emilio! Gang, did you know that Emilio does all of our wonderful thumbnails and graphics? Can we take a second to salute or spam some emotes for him? No piece of candy, that's the ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook. In other words, the grand prize. Toon, you silly, silly little girl. I think she's teasing me. Is she teasing me? Does she actually have an eBay? There's no way. I want to see all of her Pockle supplies on eBay. That's how we can tell right now. You want to know right now, gang? You want to know right now if she actually has an eBay page? We're gonna go to eBay and search for Pockle. That's how we're gonna find out. Alright, let's see. Anything in particular stand out? Any Pockle gear that coming from one place? Japan? Oh, this is all from Japan, it seems. Well, Toon does not live in Japan, so I don't think this is her. Okay. Alright, seems like she doesn't have much of an eBay page. Alright, I'm sorry, I can't plug an eBay page that's not very interesting. Sorry. I'm being silly. Tanjiro showed it to all of us when he gathered here to explain the rules. The participants knew the grand prize was in the room the whole time. Interesting. That's a good spot there. The suspect was entertained. No, you're right, Famous. I just mean it would be easy to maybe have some, I feel like the coldness really matters to the case. I feel like two important things matter. How cold it is, and the fact that everything here is made of chocolate. Because even weapons could be different. It's not just me. What do I need? I need bits. Better show Eddie which part of the frame is missing some chocolate. Take that. Oh, listen to that, take that! Okay. The one downside of this wonderful playlist, I want to be able to hear these voice lines in a little bit. Take that, says Gregory Edgeworth. I'm sure we'll be able to listen to it later. You want me to be bitten? You think I made a chocolate? Different from the other side. That's not like Tanjiro, the balance is all wrong. That's not all. Take a look around. Every confection in this room is missing some small bit. You're right, the candle holder, the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Did somebody deliberately damage them? It's a very good question. Or did Tanjiro just want it to look like somebody else messed with his work? Could this have some deeper meaning for the case? A diary of despair. Whoops. What's this missing piece over here? Yeah, the candle on lid is interesting. A fire alarm. And before you start prodding it, it's not made of chocolate. Push it and bells will start ringing. People will come running from the security room. Whole bunch of hassle, so don't. Honestly, the thought didn't even cross my mind. Typical attorney. A diary of despair. It's a journal belonging to the captain of the chocolate ship. Also made of chocolate. Come hark and see how we crossed the sea and rode the red tide to misery. Quite a jaunty rhyme for such a tragic sounding tale. Look at that fingerprints! I just noticed that fingerprints. The ultimate cookbook, in other words, the grand prize, and framed in chocolate. Tangaroa showed it to all of us when he gathered it. I knew the grand prize was in this room the whole time. Are these finger marks? But we don't know whose yet. Still haven't figured it out. No fingerprints, no ID. Finger marks without prints. They could certainly be important to the case. Real head scratcher, alright. Not really. I'm guessing whoever it was wore gloves. Ah, where's your sense of romance of adventure? Ah, chew! Are you alright, Eddie? Yeah, but it sure is chilly in here. Yes. Wasn't exactly warm out in the fountain room either. Hey there, Shrub! Nice to see you! Shrub Ninja, I need you to make me, or find me, like, an image of either you, or, like, maybe an actual ninja in a shrub. I want to print it out for our Camp Demi next month. I really want to find some way to take some pictures with our Shrub Ninja. That's important to me. How are you, dude? No, I'm fine. And besides, you said you'd give it to me when I finally got my attorney's badge. Heh, I did, didn't I? Why did the heat down so low? Chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. Catch you later, Ton of Stone. Nice to see you, dude. Take a look at that panel behind the wall. Look at that. It was here the whole time. There's one in each of the contest rooms. Tangaroa hid them so they wouldn't spoil the aesthetic. They adjust the temperature and the lighting. It goes all the way down to negative 22 degrees. So in effect, each room is a giant freezer. It's 59 degrees in here. No wonder I'm cold. Hey, Detective Bad, you, mind if we turn it up a little? This sounds like Saturday Night Live. I love it. It's probably a Mario Kart medley, huh? Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. The same goes for attorneys, Eddie. We must never disturb the scene of the crime. Huh. Get used to the cold. That's all part of your training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. No way around it. You know the temperatures by heart, huh? Guess it is your job. It's the very least I should know. Any real confectioner should be able to tell you that and more. Alright, what about lollipops and cream? If it's not too hot or humid, a lollipop should be fine just about anywhere. Cream needs to be kept around 50 degrees. Need to watch for heat and humidity, huh? Duly noted. Detective Bad kind of brightened up when he was talking about lollipops, so I suppose he must be very fond of them. Don't lose anything more to be found here. So this is where the body was discovered. I took it away already, but everything else is just how we found it. Oh, the full ending of Mario Kart 8, like the credit song? It's really impressive making an entire ship out of chocolate. That's Samson Tangaroa for you. Don't you just want to take a big bite out of it? Which part to bite first, though? That's the real head scratcher, you know? Bite any part of it, kid, and you'll be off this crime scene so fast your head will spin. Hey, it was just a joke. Stop staring at me. I do sometimes wish Eddie could keep us cool a bit better. Voyage of the Red Rover. Oh, you're right, Famous. We should check that out. This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. They sailed 6 whole seas before they found anything. Not exactly the luckiest crew. It appears the body was inside the treasure chest. A woman by the name of Bound found it. Samson, are you in here? Ah! Seems she heard something break and it came to see what it was. If only we had just a little more information. Something else in here. It's a seal of some kind, with somebody's initials and an intricate shape carved into it. For making those fancy wax things on documents? You think it belonged to the victim? No idea, but it's gotta get logged anyway. A seal was found. What does that say? HP? H something. Or it could be I. Wait! This is the objection theme! Or this is rather Edgeworth's theme. I love that. What do they call it? The revival? Oh, H.P. Lovecraft. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest. Vi, what have you been playing recently? And everyone else, what games have you guys been up to? Could that be how the victim died? Was he crushed by the ship? If he was, this becomes an accidental death and not a murder. Don't worry, detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility. I was being serious, though. Ooh, I've been hearing good things about Unicorn Overlord. Yeah, picture here someplace. Death was from blunt force trauma. And what about the weapon? Has it been found yet? You can ask the prosecutor in charge about that. The detective's not one for sharing much, I see. Oh, Bloons is really fun, Shrub. You know, I don't care for the art style as much, but I think the strategy is really fun. That's a really clever game. Oh, and I've heard great things about Wukong. A lot of micromanaging. That feels a lot like every Fire Emblem and Advance Wars game. Found Tigger with an instant camera when she found the body. An instant camera? Like it's disposable or something? No, it means that it develops the picture right there and then when you take them. No way, sounds pretty convenient. Now then, I better get my facts straight and take down some notes. Something in this picture that contradicts with the current crime scene. Something is off, but let's try some logic first. The sound of something breaking. The ship collapsed. That seems likely. The stand broke and the ship collapsed with it. And the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Yeah, so the ship had already keeled over. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break? Wait, Nachita's playing Bloons. I love that. Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go. Could that have really been the case? Why did the chocolate stand break? I wonder if there's anything else to examine here. A well-equipped kitchen, as one might expect. Yeah, that would be cool, Ninja. I feel like, you know, Wukong is so good because people know Dragon Ball. It would be fun to get some more myths. I feel like the Persona and SMT series is so good at, like, doing world mythology. Pot and cup were destined for Prince. Mr. Tangaroa was wearing gloves while he was working on his confectionaries. That could explain why prints were only found in the teapot and cup. Gloves. Tangaroa wore them when he was working on his masterpiece. Conveniently good at hiding fingerprints. Possible to employ them in such a manner, but is it really all that suspicious to find a pair of gloves in a kitchen? I'm a detective. Everything's suspicious. That's the job. Oh, Kid Icarus, the 3DS one? I've never played the NES one, but I loved Kid Icarus Uprising. I really wish that game got ported. Or a new one got made. Ooh, the condensed translation. There's a lot to his story, so I believe that it definitely did get condensed. Okay, that was hype. Great playlist, my friend. Turnabout Jazz Soul. What a great name. Yo, Kits, that was a great playlist as always. Alright, let's get... oh, nope, did not mean to do that. Let's get some music back. Okay, let's stop and think here. Oh, whoops. Not what I meant. We could try some logic, though. The victim was struck and killed. Why did the chocolate stand break? Maybe whoever damaged the creations caused the ship to break? All of Mr. Tangaroa's creations are missing little pieces, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. You think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged in our mystery person's tampering spree. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open the treasure chest, which would have remained closed otherwise. So a cat buried the body. I hate that. I hate that. But also I love it. Was found inside a chocolate treasure chest. Appears to have been blood loss following blunt force trauma. Someone left fingerprints on the chocolate frame. What were the rules? All contestants will gather in Tangaroa's room. Non-confectionery items will not be used as decoration. Contestants may not enter another room until judging's been complete. Oh! Look, there's something stamped on the bottom. It says PH. Must be Paholik's. Ah. Paholik's initials. They used heavy cream. The idea of using heavy cream, wait, that's funny though. It was so heavy it fell and snapped over. Blood loss following blunt force. So what's missing from the crime scene? Oh, hold up. The way the body was found, perhaps? No, I guess not. Yeah, Proto, if you don't know the if you don't know the answer full stop, you can definitely bring it up. What's something you noticed? If you've already played this game, I'd prefer not, but if you are also someone who's just kind of interested in solving these mysteries, I'm very into that. So that was that little mark. Heard something breaking and came in to see what it was. Yeah, it seems like that's Paul Halik. You notice the emblem web is backwards. Yeah, because then when you stamp it in, that's what gives you the PH. Yeah, Cabal nailed it. That's exactly it. I wonder if there's more evidence that I'm missing. Or maybe it's something about the stand itself? Is there something missing from this picture? Is there anything else to investigate? No, not over here. We could ask him questions about the seal. Huh. Sorry, meditating. You want something, detective? No, Paulik is not the victim. Or, his name was Robert Frost or something? Something Frost. Found inside a chocolate treasure chest. Real crime scene. This is so exciting. You need to take it seriously. Don't worry, Mr. E. I'm taking notes on everything. That's about how all this delicious stuff is made. Can't wait to try it for myself. I'm not playing around, Edward. Take this seriously. The Red Rover and the Crimson Tide. Looks like this title is inspiration for everything on display here. So we're gonna talk to this guy too. The lid's in a different spot? Ooh! Okay. That is true. The lid is in a different spot. Could have been moved for the body. Maybe the anchor? Anything about the anchor, maybe? Blood loss following blunt force trauma. Oh, there's no blood. That's kind of interesting. Or maybe, they probably took the blood out.
Eureka!
That was it! Look at him. Eureka! I like his voice. He said the only thing that's been removed from the crime scene is the body. I nailed it. Yep, and I cleaned up a piece of cloth. And something here doesn't quite add up. It doesn't. Take another look at the scene in front of us, detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioned they removed the blood along with the body. Did the blood freeze? What is it, Mr. E? What'd you figure out? Compare that treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet, that part of the chest is now gone. Exactly. So did the police remove it, or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away. Someone deliberately removed the blood from the scene. Could be. That's very suspicious. Yeah, Sleazy, it's all chocolate. Everything here is chocolate. I think we're about done for now. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangaroa did it. No two ways about it. Well, what do you mean? All the rooms in this place, locked from the inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa. And it's the only one. There aren't any copies. Okay, this is very suspicious because his female partner likes Paul Halik's work, and she probably has the keys as well. Although Tangaroa was in possession the entire time. Okay. He could slip in anybody else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. It's exactly what makes him a suspect that it wasn't locked. Would you care to explain your thinking? Ooh! If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Yeah, how did they let that slip, Famous? And why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the finishing finished up. So he made it look like that murder happened when he wasn't there. The one thing he didn't plan on was Bound finding the body. Anyway, that's my thinking on this whole thing. Do you also believe it was Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces? I know you have to believe your client. That's your job, but I'm a detective and I serve the law. No matter how squeaky clean somebody might be seen, suspect's a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, detective. However, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own? Heh, do your worst. I won't compromise on my beliefs either. I'm not just about to accept his version of events. I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights the contradiction in his claims. Wait, it never gets eaten, Shrub? Is that because, do they use extra ingredients in the chocolate that make it inedible? Or do people get really upset when you try to eat a chocolate sculpture? If the door had been locked when the body was found, he would have been the obvious suspect. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. He smashed the lid of the treasure chest, so the body was on full display. Maybe it's the way that the room is set up. I thought there was an image of that somewhere. Every other item in the room is also missing a piece of itself. So clearly a skilled chocolate person used... my thought is a skilled chocolate person used these missing chocolate pieces to make something of a makeshift weapon. Alright, let's try pressing. Hold it! You're saying Mr. Tangaroa himself deliberately... Whoa. Asked her about it. They're made of compound chocolates, cheaper chocolate, that although more resistant, tastes worse than normal chocolate. Oh. The sculptures are expensive. If someone has enough money to spend on one of them, they also have enough money to buy higher quality chocolate. So there isn't a reason why their guests or themselves would eat it. Wow. So it's a cheaper chocolate that tastes worse. Yikes. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while judging the contest at the same time. And besides, there's no way he would have been disrespected on his sweets. He eats every last crumb on Bacon Bop while dancing. This isn't about what happens on TV, kid. You know about Bacon Bop, detective? Am I the only one who isn't familiar with the show? Wow, I never would have guessed. Like fondant made for looks over taste. Never mind that now. Focus. The point is this. Tangaroa was responsible for breaking that lid. We're supposed to gather in his room.
Hold it.
The judging began in Mr. Gusto's room. Ooh, that's a fun poll. Favorite kind of chocolate? Kind of wanted to check his hard candy stuff out myself. In that case, how about a demonstration? It's you, detective. You calling him a dirty dog? It's a wolf. Oh, A lone wolf. I like it. I'm starting to enjoy these little displays. If the door had been found when the body was found, he would have been an obvious suspect, which is why he deliberately didn't lock the room. All contestants will gather Mr. Tangaroa's room when judging ends. Stands and display materials will be provided. He was supposed to gather in his room when judging was finished up. Yeah, my favorite kind of chocolate of all these. I mean, white chocolate's actually not bad, but milk chocolate's kind of hard to mess with. I mean, I like dark chocolate too. As long as it's not fruity, I'm down for anything. I've never had dark chocolate with coconut shavings, but I kind of like a little sea salt. Oh yeah, Sleazy said the same thing. Dark is very good. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I do like it a lot. Made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. Do you have a clear idea of when exactly the murder took place? Not yet. Autopsy report's still pending. And you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangaroa. We may not know when the murder happened, but we know the body wasn't discovered. It was while Tangaroa was judging Gusto's room. The perfect alibi if he could set it up just right. But still not grounds for an arrest. Surely you have to agree with that. Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you. Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Seems pretty convinced Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit. The treasure chest did get smashed in. What led to the body's discovery? Doing so should make it easier to spot the flaw. The circumstances that led to the body's opening. The lid was closed until the ship collapsed. Part of the treasure chest was covered in blood. Ooh, those all sound so good, you guys. You guys are making me hungry for chocolate. Chocolate! Chocolate! If the door had been locked when the body was found... If anyone has any thoughts too, feel free to let me know. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. And why he smashed the lid off the treasure chest of the body. Oh right, he could have done it himself. He could not have smashed it. It was found on its own.
Objection.
There we go. Oh, I love Werther's. I like butterscotch a lot. We have established the body was hidden inside the chest. And the Miss Bound only came running when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure, it seems likely based on the evidence. If only I still had chocolate-covered crickets. Or what? If only what? And you asserted it was Tangaroa who smashed the lid. I believe this photo makes it clear the ship did the smashing. And if that had occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it could only have been broken by Mr. Tangaroa, who was judging the contest. That's right. I guess I was hungry for chocolate. I don't know if that would satiate me, but yikes. He could have done something to the stand so it would collapse when it was in the middle of judging.
Objection.
Have you any way of proving that assertion? Nope. But the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangaroa? Yup. On the door. But we found Tangaroa and Frost prints on there too. We were all brought in here for a briefing right before we started work on our creations. Those prints were probably from then. I take it you haven't checked out any Mr. Tangaroa's works for prints yet. Why would... We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some prints behind when they did so. Fine. But if we don't find anything, your guy's still at the top of my list. Got it? Kits, it got sent to me by freaking Jinya, who's in this chat right now. Chocolate crickets. Now, to be fair, they weren't like milk chocolate. It was like a chocolate powder. But yikes. We finished dusting the chocolate and we found that prints don't belong to Mr. Tangaroa. Go on. Whose? Delicia Scone. She's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Would I eat a cricket pie? You mean like Mario RPG? No! I would not eat a cricket pie. Nor would I eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sleazy I am. Boy, that was awful. Without your lordly input, I was about to wrap up this investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself. Delicia Scone. He said she was ruthless. She'd do anything to win. This Scone lady sounds pretty suspicious, huh, Mr. E? Yes, I think we better try to speak with her. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you? Babysitting you is not my job. Ah, come on! But I guess you did pick up a couple of useful clues already. If you want to tag along, be my guest. It was on top of a garbage bin. You're too kind, detective. Oh my gosh. It was on top of a garbage bin. I hate you guys. Okay, making an imitation cricket pie sounds pretty good. Like a derby pie. I like derby pie a lot. The lead prosecutor is still in there? It'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye. Is it Manfred von Karma? Is von Karma the lead prosecutor? Please. Who is this him? Who'd they assign the case to? Manfred von Karma. What? They gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred von Karma. A living legend over at the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. But I can't let that distract me. For now, I need only to continue to do what I believe is right. I like it! Wow, an actual Von Karma showdown. How was the dog treats? I thought he was just giving it to me to try. His dog was devastated. Could you imagine that you're holding a dog treat? You just eat it. Oh, that's funny. Dog was whimpering. The chocolate would have been a person turned into a monster. Is Kamen Rider W a mystery? A candy castle. Look, there's even little elves. Is that Delicia Scone? She looks nice. Honestly, not that bad. I love that. There's an ice cream place near me that I love called Handles, and they can serve little ice cream treats for dogs. Let's see. It looks like there's a temperature control panel. Over there's where that orange light is, right? Better take a closer look at what we can. Like a fairy tale storybook in here. Must be the work of Delicia Scone. Where is Miss Scone? Me? Why, I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Delicia Scone at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighty even call me Miss Delicious. Tee-hee. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected, to say the least. Lovely boys, really? Even Mr. E? Oh, yes, dear. You the detective over there. You're all lovely boys to me. I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. I wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. Yes, all right. There it is! There's that Von Karma objection. Wow. I love that he has the craziest deep voice ever. What's the meaning of this? Chit-chatting with the defense? I love that he shares the same theme as Edgeworth. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred Von Karma? Is he younger? 18 years ago? It'd be fun to see a younger version of him. The notorious prosecutor Von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. Huh! I couldn't care less what your name is. I guess he's got a deep voice. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again. What a thoroughly rude individual. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. You're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We're hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma. She did say mannequins. Do you guys know of any cool eBay pages? I can't believe she has the actual YouTube name Pockle. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? Oh, nope, not that one. I'm done with that one. What do you think, Toon? Do you like that cool eBay page? Where I sell Mega Man and Pokemon things every week? Ha! And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? This clearly isn't going to be easy. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? Hugh, the tall fellow. Name's bad. Is that so hard to remember? Huh! I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad. See to it these worms don't step out of line. Thank you, Prototem. That's nice of you. Why do I have to? I'm not offering you the choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great. More babysitting. Why aren't Detective Bad and Mr. Von Karma investigating together? They don't seem to know each other well enough for there to be bad blood between them. What an astute observation, Edgeworth. Indeed, I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we can do that much. Hold up. Haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up before I get my chance. You'll have to wait till I'm done. Oh, if you'd like a Raichu, Jinyo, yeah. Honestly, I would do that one pretty cheap. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? I'd probably do like $5, honestly. Because I wasn't the one they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. Let's say we will look over the room together, Detective. It worked out well enough before. And you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asked of a detective breathing down his neck? Huh. I guess I'm stuck with you for a little while longer. You're amazing, Mr. E. You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you'll be out of here. Of course, we understand. Now shall we begin? It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle's made of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like we're inside a magical medieval story or something. I didn't know you were into such fantastical things. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Didn't mean to get carried away there. Oh, no need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my own son was as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E? I do. He's still in elementary school, and yet he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. I cannot but worry that his interests will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make a ton of friends, me included, I'm sure. I like to think you'd be more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. A big brother, huh? Guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. The doors of the castle have been left wide open. Thank you, Retro. Is this guy born in a barn? He could have at least closed the door behind him. I'd like to see that to Mr. Von Karma's face. Hold it, kid. If anyone's going to be handling evidence, it'll be me. Cream's going all runny. Oh, it's hot in here. All over the detective's shoes. Why are these items being stored inside a candy castle? There's a bunch of blue cloth back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls all together. Well, they certainly made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in here. I like to think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before. 2 big rock crystals. Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage. Kinda expected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Maybe they're uncut gemstones, or the whole thing's based on a story about a princess with a priceless treasure. Ooh, Protodam, I like it. Little stand or something. You're right, Famous. He did ask about the ideal temperature. Alright, good night to you, Protodam. Thanks for popping in here, man. Whatever there are, it seems they're not just a large set of paperweights. I wonder what exactly Von Karma was doing in here. Wait, what'd he say? Ooh. Huh. These pillars. They have hexagonal indentations. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were, they're long gone. Indentations. Castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom. Here with the blood on. Let's talk to her first. What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? Why, yes. Nothing happened at all. But you just said yes. Tee-hee, that was a hello to you, you silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you'll go far, dearie. I can tell. Eddie Lumpkin? It seems our English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. Oh, she English? Should I use a British voice? Could you tell us a bit more about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, dearie. Let's see. Okay, that's not a British voice. Hello. Hello, Governor. Let's see. It was all about 10 in the morning. And well, I spent most of the time in my room getting everything ready as you'd expect. Oh, and then there was a lovely afternoon tea for the hour or so, around 1. Afternoon tea? It's an English tradition. A chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. So kind of like recess? I suppose you could say that. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegleg? Such a clever boy. When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's a lovely little one just outside. They do it at the same hour every break time. They on a little nice spread, you know. But today, only me, Samson Sillypants, and Moody Judy was there for it.
Sammy Poople had finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. But poor old Chillywinks and Gusty Pants had to miss out the whole thing, bless him. You're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto was present? To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished it either. But I wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by our 2 TV superstars. I went right back to work when I finished, though. Tootled off while the others were still nattering away. At any point during the contest, did you visit any other competitors' rooms? Well, no, dear, don't be silly. Is it time for chess? Is it time for chess? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. I better tell you what really happened, and you'll believe me, won't you? What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tungarua's room? Well, I suppose you call it research. Research? Sammy Poople's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just popped in for a quick bit of research. What kind of research leaves fingerprints? Yes, well, it stands to reason I'd leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is it? What? You ate little pieces of them? So the trace of tampering in Mr. Tungarua's room was all you? I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I just had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? She's very suspicious. I didn't want poor Sammy Poople getting upset. Oh, yes, dear, of course I did. It was you. You brought the whole thing crashing down. Eek, I'm sorry, my lovely. Truly am. Is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets? Look, just please believe me. I never killed anybody, I promise. Her actions were suspicious. What's this when it's at home? It's a badge that proves I'm a qualified attorney. Gosh, well done you. Shall I show you something lovely in return? I thought you could buy those in stores. That's kind of fun. 2001 XX. Okay, interesting. We've got a lot of logic to sort through here. I'll catch you later, Jinya. Thanks for popping in here. Oh, whoops. The rock crystal stands and the pillars in front of the castle feature the same shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. I didn't see anything famous, so if there was something I don't know what it was. The rolls of blue cloth and croc crystals. Most must belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone, what were you using the items inside the castle for? You're not allowed to say. Von Karma. How did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. He'll have my guts for garters. Seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Yeah, did any mods see what happened? I didn't see anything. I use trinkets to make them all lovely and relaxed. Rock crystals and cloth. And they're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt. Not even the half of it. The cloths hold a more exciting secret. She really opened at the moment we started talking about her trinkets. Relaxation magic. Body bumpkin. Can you get it all set up for me? The name is bad. Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Batty Bumpkin? We have, sir. Help Miss Scone here with something. It was her. She really did take a bite out of it. The body would still be in the crest. Ooh, good idea, Famous. Good idea, Famous. This is very true. So what about this is supposed to be relaxing exactly? Oh, don't be such a big sourpuss, Batty B. The fun's only just starting. Obviously lovely. You can switch it on now. I mean, they called her ruthless, which is interesting. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. And I thought it'd be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you've ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. I'm glad you lovely boys get to see it now. Shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? Let's look at the lamps and the elves. 4 sword reference. All the little links hanging around. One of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. A cloth and what sort of machine exactly? You'll never guess how it all works. Those luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajigs. They're called, full spectrum light emitting devices. They send light out to the main cable into each other's optical fiber strand. You can change the light to any color in the whole wide world. Bright red like ferocious fiery flames. Cold blue like clinking crystals of ice. Special batteries that last for donkey years. So much new technology can barely keep up. It says light emitting devices. You'll last one of them in a piece of luminous cloth. That's right, Lambkin. This cloth. Could have something to do with the case. I feel like I'm missing something. Blood! Wait, look at that blood! I have to deduce it? Because the light changed color? It's blood, alright. I can smell it. Why is there blood on this lamp? Better take a closer look at the other one, too. Whoops. Keeping that by accident. They were stashed inside the castle. Except there's plenty of other places where they could have put them. The best place to hide some salt is in some sugar. Put the salt lamps in her final display. Maybe it's the color of the cloth?
Eureka!
I guess not. Something all the evidence, the decorations goes against. Right! Non-confectionery items may not be used. Okay, I get the feeling that Protodam has played this game already. Oh, no, that's not true, because the cloths are not related to. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. The salt lamps and the luminous cloths would both have been against the rules. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? No, no. No, Protodam, it's funny. I realized that as soon as I said that. I was like, you know, actually... Because I was actually very clever that you instantly put the outside part together. No, you definitely know what's up. Well, you don't know what's... You know what's up mentally. That's what I mean to say. Okay, I guess we should use some logic to tie together. It's definitely more fun when there's a lot of logic that you can play with instead of like earlier cases of Investigations 1. Choose decorations that weren't made from them. Yeah, she would do anything to win. Let's try it. Trauma and the lamp together. We know the victim was struck and killed with something blunt. And we found blood on one of the lamps, which had a smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been the murder weapon? Could definitely do enough damage to kill someone. You science guy, you finished analyzing the blood? Just got done a minute ago, so the blood is the victim's, no doubt about it. There you have it. So the murder weapon was hidden inside Miss Scone's room. I wonder if the decorations that weren't made from confectionery... This is kind of a leap of logic. This might not work. This might not work. Yeah. Can we bring it up with her? Okay, I guess not. Yeah, I agree. We didn't get punished that much. Not quite the eye, haven't you, dearie? Been amazed at how it works? Actually, never mind. Can't go giving away my secrets. The Von Karma bully her into staying silent about what she knows. Oh, darn. I thought presenting her with the rules would be something. Well, I guess we'll examine a little more. Cute little elf made of candy, sitting on a little tree stump. This reminds me of those stupid elf on the shelf videos I've done. Yeah, I may need to take a quick break to get some water in a bit. Hey, Kwanzo! Kwanzo, we are back in time. The evil elf on the shelf. Oh gosh, all those videos. These must be the various tools Miss Scone used to build her castle. Buckets filled with cream. What's a trowel? I know what towels are, but what's a trowel? Whoops. Yeah, I guess not. I don't know. So it makes me wonder if it is all about logic. Hey, Kirito!
Maybe she was breaking rules because the heat was up? Is that right, Kits? Is Scone more your type than Gabelle? That's kind of fun. Is there another research? Let's see. It did say that. It did say that, which is why I tried to make that connection earlier, Protodem. It didn't work, unfortunately. Yeah, these feel like loops a little bit. I'm pretty sure I tried that. Rule breaking and research. Right? Wait, did I try that already? I thought I tried that already. I'll do it one more time. Okay, yeah. Hard to beat a lady who can bake. So true. Hard to beat Thor XDN. Small door on the wall here, just like Tangaroa's room. We need to find a way to ban some of these terms. No, you're good, Protodem. You're good, Protodem. Ah, here we go. The temperature. Temperatures in here is too high. There we go. There we go. All right, that was the leap of logic we needed, or the bit of logic. There we go. We're good. No, you're good, Proto. I thought I actually wasn't sure myself. I know, he's a youngster. Young Detective Bad. 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet, when you open the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. They were sturdier than expected. That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take another look at those handles, don't you? It's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. Wow, she's a huge cheater. Yep, no bullet holes either, yeah. He's a young, fresh guy. I've been added to add a lend. Oh, whoops. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting that by accident. These all kind of work together. Not only did she use decorations against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Sko made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now. And why is it so warm in here? You think it's got something to do with us? Fake plastic models, covered in a thick layer of whipped cream. Is it time to call out this big fat cheater? Oh, good night, T-Tag. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Because I hate the cold, don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly is no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh face complexion, I gotta be careful about these things. We ladies have to stay young, don't you know? Thank you, Tag. Not polite to speculate on a person's age, Eddie. But most of your work's made of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. That's so, dearie. Well, silly me, eh? I've only gone and made a whoopsie. Did she really not know that? She broke the rules. She's ignorant of basic facts. Whoops. Maybe I could change the controls a bit. I keep getting A and B mixed up.
How do I swap it? Weird. Oh, prompts for an Xbox. Okay, maybe that just worked. Did that work? I don't think so. He does wear it on his coat, yes. Oh my gosh. What is up with these bots? These bots are going crazy. Miss Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how it's there. And she says she's stuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of a world-class confectioner. Maybe she just lack a little confidence, or is he actually not a confectioner at all? Wait, that's funny, Kwanzo. Yes, I didn't think about that subtle interaction there. But the Gregory drip is real. Hey, Shingo! Shingo, I'm sorry. I know I streamed a little early today. Normally I stream at like, normally I stream in about 2 hours from now, but I'm doing it earlier so I can hang out with friends. I'm sorry, Shingo, yes. I've been really digging this case, though. Obviously, playing as Gregory is crazy. No way of saying for certain just yet. But she is hiding something, that much I'm certain of. Time to interrogate her. That's enough investigating for now, don't you think? Yes, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have surely found the murder weapon when he searched this room. And yet, he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority would be to find out what he's really up to. Detective Bad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me too. Him and Scone. Eek, how could you, Batty Bumpkin? It appears Detective Bad is just as suspicious as I am. Miss Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us? To find Mr. Von Karma. Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon. We did. It was in Miss Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tangaroa should no longer be the only person of interest. Ha! Nonsense. It doesn't matter what the weapon was found. Tangaroa's guilty. And as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain. How can you be so sure of Mr. Tangaroa's guilt? You have an explanation, I assume? For why the murder weapon was in Miss Scone's room? Huh, of course I do. And I'll be delighted to share it with you. I should do a different voice. Oh my gosh, we're cross-examining Von Karma! This is so cool! Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Scone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Whoa! So it's your assertion that Mr. Tangaroa took the salt room back to Miss Scone's room? It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion, it is a fact based on my own investigation. You mean you have proof that he did so? Huh. I don't need any such thing. What? If you have a rebuttal, I'd be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic.
I like Edgeworth's response to that. Because Gregory Edgeworth is pretty composed in general. He killed Frost. So he took one of the salt lamps from his scones room. Indeed. He prepared it beforehand, knowing that it would be perfect. But we found the lamp in Scone's room. Surely this cast Scone herself in a suspicious light. Huh! Perhaps if you would let me finish. Now, as I was saying. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done.
Hold it.
You're talking about the lamp made of rock salt that was hidden inside the Candy Castle, correct? Precisely. I was the one who found it. So be grateful. It's thanks to me you even have such a vital piece of evidence. What made you go inside the castle in the first place, if you don't mind me asking? Good point. Maybe just wanted to see what it was like in there?
Objection.
Oh yeah, we have to give him a deeper voice. Objection. Fools, you think I went in there on a whim. I went in there because detectives are an incompetent lot, so I investigated it myself. But I had nothing to do with the initial investigation. That's right, Detective Bad wasn't a part of this investigation until very recently. Huh! So if you want my trust, Detective, you'll have to earn it. And a good first step would be to stop wasting my time.
Hold it.
But he came under suspicion anyway due to the body being in his room. So, would you like to hear a favorite expression of mine? Even a dog can hold still and stay. Now let me finish. If only I could say the same to you.
Hold it.
So you think he hid the body in the chest but removed the murder weapon from the crime scene? Yes, he foolishly believed his own creation to be the perfect hiding spot. I'm sorry I had to help myself. I think you mean you couldn't help yourself, no? She doesn't seem very sorry to me. In any case, the weapon was taken away while the body remained at the scene of the crime. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. What about the rock salt being there?
Hold it.
But if there's no proof, how can you say for certain that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit? By the way, I can't believe this is the third case and not the fourth case. I love that. Listen here. The presence of the body in Tangaroa's room is hardly itself proof of his guilt. And you didn't find evidence pointing to any other possible suspects? Perhaps you should take another look. You really don't give up, do you? There was no need to take another look. Tangaroa is guilty, end of story. If you insist on asserting otherwise, show me some proof to back up your ridiculous claims. If Tangaroa really isn't guilty, there must be something that points to something else. My only hope is to find a piece of evidence that contradicts his claims. Killed Frost with one of the salt lamps. Hold up, let's look at our evidence. She lost a roll along with a device that powers it. Killed Frost with one of Scone's lamps. He took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, a body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon considerably less so. Oh yeah, how about the rock salt itself? Is it easy to actually move it? It's pretty heavy, right? Although, if the room is missing a piece of itself, the lid was held closed until the ship collapsed. No piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular okay, hold on a second. I feel like all of these point to her guilt. I mean, the salt lamp itself,
I feel like that makes her look pretty guilty. It was in her room. Oh, and she brought it. She brought it.
Objection.
Okay, I guess not. Darn. Nothing to say considering how it contradicts with this. Avant Karma's perfect in every way. There was no contradiction there. Killed Frost with one of the salt lamps. Don't we have the autopsy? I guess the autopsy is not out yet. He took it back to her room once the deed was done. How about his movements? Are his movements suspicious? That goes against the rules? He took it back to her room once the deed was done. I wish we had a map of the layout. If it had found near the victim's body, he would have been doubly suspicious. No piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. No evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Shall I start? I don't know that this is right, but we could start on her being suspicious.
Objection.
There we go. Let's go. I love it. It's true the murder weapon and the blood-stained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime. But something else remained that does point to one person in particular. Take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim's lower half. Is that not one of the same luminous cloths we found in Miss Scone's room? What's that, dearie? What are my lovely colorful cloths? Huh. Luminous cloth. Nonsense. I see no light to speak of. I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like ordinary fabric at first glance, but attach one of these light-emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. Ooh! Look at him! Look at his face. I don't think he was expecting that. But the fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth went missing. They did remake the song skits. I can do the arranged version. Wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? Huh. The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belonged to Miss Scone. And seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. Right? Before he got shot, Kwanzaa, right? Before he got shot? That attention to detail. He does not clutch his shoulder. Greggy Peg, like how could you? I'm not accusing you of anything yet, but I do think you're hiding something. That's not. Doesn't clutch his shoulder. Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder. Exactly. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's something funny. Only that you've walked so carelessly into my trap. Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room. So sorry to break it to you. What does he mean? Tangaroa spotted them before the contest began. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room. What? Then after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost after he had secluded himself. Random, yeah, I know. They did get rid of the sacks, huh? But still pretty good overall, right? Still pretty good overall. Random, yeah. Oh gosh, so good. And as you now know, he was also in possession of the lamp he used to commit the murder. I cannot wait to make a video on this gang. I've collected everything I need to get Tangaroa convicted. Well, how does it feel to have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom? Ugh, this can't be happening. Wait, all our hard work was for nothing? Miss Scone, why didn't you tell us your stuff was confiscated by Tangaroa? Well, dearie, Mannequin said if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being under suspicion. Mr. Von Karma said that. And he wasn't wrong, now was he? You two accused me yourselves. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Pathetic. Curse you, Von Karma. You led us to the murder weapon, knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result. One more thing, my pathetic friend. There are 2 and only 2 sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon. 2. Yes, those of Delicia Scone and Samson Tangaroa. No others were found. Tangaroa used the lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost, and was foolish enough to hide it in Scone's room without first removing the fingerprints. Tisk tisk, at this rate no one will even need to testify. My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as I secure his guilty verdict.
Objection.
But wait! What about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Tangaroa's room? Huh, what about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing of the body. I don't have enough to disprove any of what he's saying. Tisk, tisk, tisk. No more pitiful objections. Then get out of my sight and close the door behind you. Mr. Eat! I'm not about to just give up. I see you mean to waste more of my time. Bad, escort them off the premises now. This investigation is not over yet. Detective Bad. What is the meaning of this? Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half solved. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for. Huh. You can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective, but whatever they might be, they are no business of the defense's. I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. And I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad. What?
Take that.
There are fingerprints on one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer. It could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. How do you know so much about the crime scene? Because I let them take a look around. You let the defense examine the scene, Bat. Are you out of your mind? I don't remember you telling me not to. Huh! Insolent worm. You would do well to remember this then, Detective. That the results of your next salary review is up to me. Oof. Detective Bad's in trouble now, too. I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as you remember that the results of your salary review is up to your performance on this case. Like father, like son. But it's entirely possible the fingerprints belong to Tangaroa. Yeah, the art style's extremely clean. After all, he wore gloves while preparing his creations.
Objection.
But can you prove conclusively that the fingerprints are his? Furthermore, there is still something about Miss Scone that doesn't add up. Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat? Oh, stop it, Gregory. Just stop it, stop it. Why are you being so mean? I owned up to nibbling poor Sammy Poopy's Tweeties. What more do you want? I don't want to have to make you a suspect. That much is certain. But you lied to us. And you're still not telling us everything. Greggy, stop it. Stop bullying me. Looked like Bat ran away. Yeah, the backgrounds are extremely pretty. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry, I'm a silly, muddle-headed girl. What more do you want me to say? I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think that you were never a confectioner in the first place. Enough! I'll thank you to keep your baseless accusations to yourself. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand you present something to back it up. But this isn't a courtroom, is it? Nevertheless. What proof do I have that Miss Scone doesn't know the first thing about making desserts?
Take that!
Every single one of Miss Scone's creations break the rules of the contest. The offending items, the cloth and lamps, were duly confiscated, as we have established. And the witness did not go and bring them back to the room herself.
Objection!
But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room. What? The entire fantastical world Miss Scone created, every last bit of it. It's all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in the room! No real world title contender would ever stoop so low. Is this true, Bad? Yup. Saw with my own eyes. Stepped in with my own shoes. Did we finally convince him? With their lies exposed like this, surely he can't continue to deny the facts. Miss Scone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. No, dear, I'm no killer. Then why don't you finally start telling us the truth? Who are you really? And why were you tampering with your rival's work? All right. This should be interesting. Is it time for chess? The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it. A pharmacist? Can't blame him for being so surprised. This couldn't be further from what we imagined. So somebody in your line of work's entering... What? Somebody in your line of work entering a contest like this? I just love eating sweeties, if you must know. And Sammy Poople sweets are the best, or so they say. I just had to enter. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. Even Mr. Von Karma is lost for words. That's it? That's the only reason you're here? Yes, dear, and it was worth it. His sweeties are the tastiest treats I ever did eat. And the finger marks? Were you the one wearing the gloves? Beep! No, that wasn't me, dearie. I didn't even wear gloves. Remember, Miss Scone's fingerprints were found elsewhere on Tongaroba's other creations. I'd say that points to her not having worn any gloves. Exactly, Lambkin. You got the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent woman. Is your head filled with cream, too? Sorry, mannequins. She's certainly no master of subterfuge. She made it to the finals in an international competition. No, dear, I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chillywink's room for a little taste, too. You were in the victim's room, too. Yes, dearie, nobody else was in there, you see. Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead. But I could only stomach one little bite. I never tasted anything so salty. I had myself one of the tasty star-shaped bits off the side. Why didn't she sample? That's everything, I promise. Greggy Peggle's mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things. As long as what you told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. Do not think for a second this means I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through. Mr. Von Karma, please let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we be allowed to investigate the veracity of our conclusions. Huh! Accompany me if you like, but don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation. Ooh. Are they going to investigate together? Frost room. What is the meaning of this? Whoa. When we got to Frost's room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden inside a chocolate chest. A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room. This was a real peach. And it was gonna take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. I'm getting hungry too. I wish I had some chocolate on me. I'll even eat a chocolate cricket. Ooh, we're back in the real day. "18 years later." Whoa, went deep on that one. Sorry, Malzarino. Didn't mean to bend your ear for so long. I had no idea that was how it all came about. I read the files, but they don't go into anywhere near that level of detail. Yeah, I'll bet they paint things in a much rosier light for the prosecution, too. Von Karma was the one in charge, after all. What happened with the case after that? Well, what with the ice sculptures vanishing from the victim's room, things hit a bit of a rough patch. So rough, in fact, it took a full year before they could reach a verdict in the trial. A year. This was back before they brought in the whole initial trial thing. You didn't have to finish up in double quick time like you do nowadays. I see. Did they ever find out how the victim's creations managed to just disappear? Well, they were sorbets or frozen desserts or whatever you want to call them. Ice, in other words. And if it's made of ice, it can melt, which is exactly why they conducted which is exactly what they concluded must have happened. But there's a chance that wasn't how things actually went down. What do you mean? Go eat some nachos, Nachito. Catch you later. And the site of the IS-7 incident. Awarded Frost ice sculptures are suddenly back on display 18 years after that fateful day. The very sculptures the victim made. Who knows? Could be they're just modeled after the originals. But I figured it was worth coming down for a little look-see just in case. Seemed like the least I could do for poor old Gregory. Well, alrighty then. Let's go take a look at these icy marvels, shall we, kiddo? I believe they're on display in the Winter Wing, as it's very snazzily known. So, Winter Wing. Oh, you're right, Random. In the first game, Nick said the 3-day trial system was only a few years prior, so this is very consistent. Good details, yeah! The gallery's open for biz, but the Wonder Wing's off limits. What gives? Fender, perhaps you should look more close at the pamphlet we were given. Freaky. Could have sworn it was this one. Shall we? Time to dive in and see what we should have seen 18 years ago. What? Mask to mask? Rhonda Light? Are they trying to steal something? And again, this is yet another case where Edgeworth was not prosecuting this. I love it. It is the Winter Wing, you know, but it's right the freezer. Could be a trick of light, but it feels like the whole room is made of ice. The temperature controls will be somewhere back there if memory serves. Hey, Milester, can you go peep the degree count? Alright, if you insist. Random, is he your favorite defendant? Do you like that case a lot? 3-2. To be honest, I don't care for 3-2 that much. I felt like there were a ton of plot holes in it. But definitely, it's great to see Adrian Andrews again. And Rana's pretty funny. I also think Luke Atme is pretty funny. Of course. So how about this? I scream out, oh no, this must be the work of that villain Damask. Yeah, and I go, that's me, the legendary Master Mask. Yeah, no. Oh, and Larry Butts, I forgot the Larry's in 3 too as well. You gotta take this more seriously, otherwise how are we gonna get this to market to sell? What exactly are these two plotting? There are 2 large ice sculptures on display. Remakes of Frost's work from 18 years back. Real eye-catching stuff. Ice sculpture is a heck of an art form. The works my father never got to see. Sorry to button while you're deep in a think hole, Milester, but would you mind looking at this way a sec? Beautiful, just like that. Fender, really? Say cheese! Please don't do that again. I don't like having my picture taken. My bad, big guy, my bad. Had to check if this old thing was still working is all. And now that you mention it, your camera does look rather ancient. Yup, vintage model. You ever hear of an instant camera? Pizza Roll! I hear you've been playing Ace Attorney with Dog Raider. A Polaroid? Yep. Still trust my noggin trying to think how it works. Yeah, Fender has got a great smile. He's such a cool dude. A fun lame uncle. What was he like in the fan localization? Maybe more like standard. He's definitely a lame uncle. That's a good way to put him. You really are your father's son. All right, step aside. Need to get some good shots of the room here. How far are you in it, Pizza Roll? Have you ever played him before? We're playing as Edgeworth, who maybe you've met already. He must have his own theories about the IS-7 incident. Woo! Should have been a paparazzo. These are gold and they develop right away. Well, since you've already shoved one in my face. Alright, Brainiac, one question. What do these sculptures represent? The Zodiac. Yep, Taurus and Gemini. Oh, best observed during the wintertime. I didn't know that. Guess that's why this is the winter wing, right? Because they have the winter star stuff on display. What'd you think of Edgeworth, Pizza Roll? What'd you think of him? Thanks. He's mean. Edgeworth is kind of mean in the first game. The victim made the same Zodiac statues out of flavored ice. I only ever saw the old ones in the photos, though. But these are the spit of the originals. So this is what you wanted to show me. Yep, think Gregor would want you to see him too. And I may not have had it in me to come here on my own. Sorry to drag you along. Your Uncle Ray, gotcha. Good to hear you say so, Palio. Let's say we grab another quick snap to commemorate the heartwarming occasion. Absolutely not. Statue of a rather ferocious-looking bull. It's taught to return a stare with a stare. That was something Von Karma taught him, certainly. Return a stare with a stare. Who's this kid? A boy wearing a backpack. What's he doing at an art gallery? Hey there, Dubio! He's tried to get a few hugs. Although I don't think it was super creepy the way he did it. Personally. I just don't get it. Is there a lore reason? Yes, there is, Pizza Roll. His mentor liked to dress like the 1800s, that's why. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe I shouldn't give any answers to Pizza Roll. The Pleiades, known as Subaru. Wait, Subaru? Wait! Is that where Gio's Japanese name comes from? I didn't know that. I actually never knew why his name was Subaru. Wow. I had no idea. I guess people in ancient times weren't hugely careful about such things. There's another one of those lamps. Made of rock salt. But Gemini and Taurus are not the only zodiac signs. Oh, and Subaru is also the name of a car. Wait. You could tell there was an ulterior motive with Ray. Okay, that's good. Ice might be rather fitting for a summer day. Huh. Fender, I can't seem to find the temperature controls. You know, Pizza Roll, you like goofy people. Did you like Larry Butts? I think Phoenix is kind of goofy, too. Oh, yeah, it's a little tricky if you don't know where it's at. Here, I'll have it open for you in a jiffy. Dang thing's locked. Oh, you will... Pizza Roll, I'm just going to tell you, Larry Butts, he shows up every now and then. He is quite a character. One of the visitors cranking up the thermostat, melting the ice. Winter wing is kept at a constant 27 degrees. Colder than a snowman's cold bits. Somebody's getting a snuggle. Hey, what's with the icy stare? You want me to freeze to death? I know, it definitely looks like the same lamp. That was my thought. What was that? Came from the fountain room. Come on, let's go see what's up. Fender's a cool dude. Wait, there he is! And he's still wearing his art! He's still wearing his art outfits! Look at him! There's someone on the ground! Yo, let's go! Larry! What are you doing here? Okay, Pizza Roll, I had no idea he was gonna show up. I want you to know that. Edgy! You should have seen it. It was awful. Just calm down and tell me, why is there an unconscious man on the floor? I didn't do anything. He just fell down in front of me. Wait, I know this guy. Is everything all right? Oh, it's her. Don't you know it's rude to make a racket in an art gallery, you naughty boys? It's both of them. They're both still here 18 years later? This smell. Something smells like the butts. It's not safe, Miles. We need to get everyone out of here. Everyone with me. There isn't a moment to lose. There's poison gas coming out of that room. Wow, this heated up tremendously. How's the victim doing, Fender? Not good. He inhaled a lot of gas. He's still out of it, and it looks like it's pretty serious. The paramedics said there was no sign of external injury. He's alive, barely. He's not out of the woods yet. Sorry, give me a second here.
Carmelo Gusto. He was back here during the whole IS-7 thing. Yeah, 18 years is a long time. I mean, Miles was straight a little baby boy. 18 years is such a long time. Yes, something like that. I'm glad you're okay, Larry. Something like that? Are you serious, Edgy? You've known me since elementary school. Crush a guy's feelings, why don't you? Anyway, you know you're supposed to call me Loris Dunum while I'm dressed like this. So no more Larry, okay? Got that? This is Larry Butts. He's a bit of a troublemaker, but he's one of my only friends back from when we were little. Ever since he developed a passion for art, he's been trying to make it big as Loris Dunum. But new name or not, he's still the same old Larry. Did they play his theme in Investigations 1? I kind of feel like they didn't. Grade school buddies! I needed to go tell Gregory about this. He'll be over the moon to hear you have a pal. He was always worried you never click with anybody. Hear that, Edgy? You're lucky to have a friend like me. I never knew I was the cause of such worries for my father. Never mind that now, Larry. What are you doing here? Loris, Edgy! How many times do I have to tell you it's Loris? What are you doing here? Eek! What's with the demon eyes? Alright, I'll talk. Just stop looking at me like that. Good. Now talk. You want to know why I'm here? Why the heck do you think? For my art, of course. Oh, and I'm coming on a date here with Lulu soon, so I thought I'd better scope the place out. So not actually for your art at all. Loris, my man, an artist and a romantic. You have to introduce me to that lady friend of yours. Oh, sure. It's nice to have somebody take an interest for once. Spare me. Oh, by the way, Lauricio. Did you notice anything when you found the victim? Nothing in particular. Didn't you say you'd seen something awful? Oh, that. The old guy, he disappeared and then splat, he was on the floor. Scared the life out of me. But for once, I had nothing to do with any of it. Don't look so proud. That's the least we should be able to hope for. Is she still a caretaker? On her guess, I can only apologize for the trouble you've experienced. I'm Judy Bound, the gallery manager. Another person from the IS-7 incident. Good to see you, Judes. Oh. She is... Mr. Fender, it's always a pleasure. She was at the reception desk when we arrived, so she's the one in charge of here. I can't believe you had to go through something so awful. And on our first day in business. Hey, quit that. It's not your fault. Are they lovers? Maybe not. Judy, meet Miles Edgeworth, son of the late, great Gregory. Really? You're Mr. Edgeworth's son? Well. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Isn't this fabulous? The great man's son here with us? 18 long years have passed. But now, look, he's here at last. It's very lovely to meet you, Mr. Fine Attorney number 2. Oh, she's singing. Judy, that was the bomb. I see you're in good voice as ever. Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, you're a prosecutor. I'm so sorry. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions. She's very polite, but there's something strange about her. Hey, Judy, can I, get an autograph? You can write it here. Well, if you're sure you'd even want such a thing. Why do you want it, Larry? Rude! You know she is, right? Come on, Milester. You don't keep up with showbiz news or nothing? I guess that's no big surprise. What's going on? Why are they looking at me like that? Judy here's a living legend. It's not just TV, movies, musicals, chart-topping hips, you name it. Hee hee. Oh, don't be silly. I'm just a humble art gallery owner now. I finally quit the biz for good. I finished shooting my last movie just the other day, in fact. Some of my co-stars were even kind enough to say they would come and visit once we opened. Anyway, here you are. And good luck with your artistic endeavors. I love her. Thanks so much, Judy. I'll treasure it till my dying day. Ah, you and me are peas in a pod, Loris. Peas in a gosh darn pod. How lovely for you both. Larry, could you go practice your drawing somewhere or something? You did come all the way to an art gallery after all. It would be a shame to waste the opportunity. A real artist drawing our exhibits, what an honor.
Heh, guess you can even have a bright idea once in a while, Edgy. Alright, Judy. As soon as you were so nice about it, guess I will. Be right back. Oh, she had a French accent in the original. Interesting. He's a real live wire, that one. Is that because she imported from France? She imported the mug and stuff? That's one way of putting it. I can only apologize. By the way, there was another woman with you before. Where is she now? You mean Delicia? Delicia Scone? She's in the medical room helping to care for Mr. Gusto. I would love to play those fighting games. That's fun to have. I couldn't stay with them as I'm the only one on staff and I can't leave the gallery unattended for long. Delicia Scone. We've heard that name before, haven't we, Fender? Sure have. Sounds like a little IS-7 bingo card is complete. Something tells me this isn't a quinky-dink. Perhaps I could offer you gentlemen a cup of tea. A drop of the old duty-bound special blend. Why not? She's duty-bound. That'd be lovely, thank you. She's bound to her duties. Random, what's your favorite case in all the games? If it's not a spoiler for this, and what's your favorite game in the whole series? Do your thing, Judes. Thanks again. It's aroma, Ceylon, I believe. Let's give it a try. Is that how you pronounce it? Ceylon, Ceylon? Citrus aroma. It's said to improve one's ability to concentrate, right? Your old man said those exact same words 18 years ago. Really takes me back. Just one difference. Jude's cool the saucers back then. Not today, it seems. Don't you think this is all a little odd? Every single person from an 18-year-old case all assembled in the same place at the same time? Yes, it almost feels as if an investigation is in order. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, you're all right! Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender. Word you got caught up in a poison gas attack, so we came as fast as we could. Well, if it isn't the cavalry. Come on, team, bring it in. No way. Besides, you're both doing just fine. Gummy and I got ourselves all worked up over nothing. Detective Gumshoe. What were you thinking, bringing Kay with you? Sorry, sir. I knew it was dangerous, what with the poison gas and all, but she just wouldn't take no for an answer. Yeah, 2-4 is my favorite. Yeah, I love it, random. 2-4 is my favorite. When it comes to running away, the great thief here is the world champ. Yeah, that case is so good. I also feel like 2-2 is a pretty good case as well. Starting up the Corrine plot lines. Or Corrine, is that how you pronounce it? The gas could still be dangerous. Alright, we're counting on you, detective. Good luck in there, Dickie boy. No way. Gummy almost looked like a real detective. I'm so proud of him. But he is a real detective? First up, the exhibits. There's a statue of 2 people on the left side. Poison gas is so bizarre. That's what an odd thing to have in an art gallery. Some kind of 2-horned animal. A statue of 2 people and a 2-horned animal. It sounds identical to the display in the Winter Wing. Oh, so one of these is the real one, and the other's a replication? A replica? I want to play The Greatest Attorney so badly. No one give me any spoilers, please. I haven't played any of them, but I very much want to. No, sir, and the fire alarm hasn't been triggered either. Sprinklers look like the type to detect heat and smoke. When they detect something, they send an alarm. Guess they read that as smoke and trigger the smoke alarm that way. Judy Bound is the only employee? And she was at the reception desk from across the security room. So she heard the alarm from way across and turned on the sprinklers. It can only be turned on manually and from there. This seems very important. If it's manual, you can maybe check to see how bad the fire was. It's geared around protecting the exhibits. Oh, I didn't realize Shu Takumi did those. I know that the guy who did the investigation games also did... He did 5 and 6, right? Or did Shu Takumi come back? I wonder. "26.5 degrees in here, sir. Why is the autumn wing being kept at the same temperature as the winter wing? That's about all I got for now. I'll let you know if I find anything else, sir. Understood. Thank you, Detective Gumshoe. And I very much want to play Ghost Trick. People keep hyping up Ghost Trick. What did Gummy have to say? He said the autumn wing is actually quite wintry. Huh? I don't get it. I'm wondering what it could be myself. We should try to get in there as soon as the police are done with their investigation. Amen to that. We need to see what the deal is for ourselves. Is there anybody else who might know something in the meantime? There's one guy, Miles' best bud. His what? Ugh, if we have to. And I guess we have to. Wait, that's... She remembers him. Kay! Didn't expect to see you here. You're looking as fresh-faced as ever. Yeah, long time to see, Larry, right? So here's the deal, Kay. I'm Loris right now. You see, I'm also a bit of an artist. Ah, so it's your alias. I like it. Good to see you, Loris. I always knew you were a nice, thoughtful kid. Unlike some people. I have some questions for you, Larry. What the? How am I a suspect? Just because I found the guy doesn't mean I did the crime. Oh, we wrote every single case. Wow. I just need you to tell us what you saw. You said you saw something awful. How so exactly? Look, I didn't see anything, and I didn't do anything, alright? I don't think I did anyway. Whoa, Chief, you don't sound so sure of yourself. There's something you should know about him, Fender. When something smells, it's usually the butts. We've been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. His ability to attract trouble is legendary, for want of a better word. Does that mean people... Wait, isn't Larry 26 years old? Does that mean they've been saying that when he was an infant? Isn't Larry 26 years old? That means his parents... That means Larry's parents, when he was an infant, they would sniff his diaper and say, it smells like the butts. Ooh, time for some logic chess, or some mental chess. Our aim is to uncover anything Larry might be hiding. However, I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything. It is almost impossible for him to keep us cool. I'll need to bide my time when he gets agitated, and wait for him to calm down. Let's start by asking him to go into detail about what he's doing here. He shouldn't prove to be too much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. Whoops. Uh-oh, I'm wasting time. Why exactly did you come to the gallery today? Is Turnabout Samurai 1-3? 1-3 was the game that really made me love the series as a kid. I didn't care for 1-2 as much, but 1-3 really got me. It's long, but I thought it was a really good case. Or at least the twist really blew my mind. You don't think I belong in a gallery or something? Hey, if you're gonna ignore me, then I'm gonna paint your portrait. And when I'm done, I'll scribble all over it. Should we just keep ignoring him? This is such a funny strategy. Oh, I'm joking, okay? I'd never scribble on one of my pieces. How could I? They're valuable artworks. According to you, perhaps, I imagine I might struggle to agree. Oh, laugh it up, funny guy. Luckily, some people actually believe in my work. We're just gonna let him trip over himself. She's called Lulu, okay? And she says my pictures are masterpieces. So if she likes them, then I'll draw it for her. Yeah, very boring investigations, but very good actual case. I like that. And where is this Lulu? How come you're here all alone? What? A guy can't be a part of his girlfriend for a second? I have my own life too, you know. Fine. Lulu says she's a Gemini, okay? So I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on our date. And I expect you're pretty proud of the sketch. Not so much this time, actually. But you know, it being her sign and all, I just thought maybe she might kind of like it. What gives, Edgy? If you don't have anything to ask, let me get back to my sketching. Uh-oh. I ignored him in his blathering for too long. Okay, darn it. I guess the Gemini was the most... I guess, to be fair, Gemini was the most pressing thing. I did actually think about doing it. Yeah, that was a shame. I actually almost got that. So to summarize, you came here today to draw a sketch of the Gemini statue for your girlfriend. What? How'd you figure all that out? From your incessant prattling. Fine, I won't say another word. Larry may want to keep his mouth shut now, but I'll have my answers one way or another. Let's ask him what he did after he arrived here. Oh, the salmonella was quite funny too. Good old otakus. Alright, tell me what you did once you arrived here. What's the big idea? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I don't have pamphlets. I don't know what was there. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. What gives, Edgy? Oh, okay. Alright, 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 alright. You didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance fee. What? You mean entry it's not free to get in here? You mean to tell me that you enter without paying? I'm sorry, okay? I wasn't deliberate. There just wasn't anybody at the reception desk is all. So I thought entry must be free. You're saying Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk at the time? Yeah, but it looked like there was maybe someone in a little room opposite. Interesting, according to Detective Gumshoe. Miss Bound had to enter the security room to activate it. I expect she wasn't there because she was busy responding to the incident. And right after she finally got the place open for business too, poor Judy. The Winter Wing, the gallery's greatest attraction, it's gonna be ruined now. You say you don't have a pamphlet, and yet you seem to know all about the Winter Wing. For example, that the Gemini statue you came here happens to be there. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it? How did you get me again? Fine, you're right. I came here for the Gemini statue. And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it. Larry's not one to confess so easily. Then again, he's always managed to surprise me in unusual ways. Let's see what more he can tell us about the Winter Wing. I expect even Larry has found his feet a little by now. I'll have to watch his reactions more carefully. I'm done with you, go home.
I wanted just to see what happens. Alright, that's it. I'm done with you, Larry. Go home. You sure? I mean, I'll totally leave it. That's cool. Okay, that's gotta be part of the pathway. No! Scolded by Larry! Would you mind giving me just a little more of your time? If I have to, I guess. Maybe you could sweeten the deal with a free dinner. I just wanted to see what would happen. That's just funny. Larry, be honest. Did you enter the Winter Wing? Well, what is that? Is that suspicion I see in your eyes? I tried to get in there, sure, but... If you don't have anything to ask, let me grab... Oh, darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay. This is tough. Okay. Well, to be fair, I lost some damage for no reason. I took damage for no reason. You tried to get in, but you couldn't. She has an anime objection? Wow. That old guy came out and fell to the ground, and like I said, it was all pretty shocking. So you were unable to enter the Winter Wing because the victim emerged. Yeah, he came out of the Winter Wing and then down he went. Honestly, I'd be down to watch the anime. That'd be really fun. Should we get some watch parties going every now and then? That stupid poison gas thing hadn't happened. I'd be in there happily sketching away right now. Larry seems to have Autumn and Winter Wings mixed up. This could prove to be a useful clue. What'd you see in the Winter Wing, Larry? You don't let up, do you? I told you, I didn't see anything. Galleries are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got here. Thought I'd go meet with my girlfriend instead. I think it's time to deploy my clue. Didn't you say you came here to make a sketch of one of your girlfriends? You gave him that a little easily, didn't you? Surely you saw something even if you were distracted by the victim's collapse. Yes, Pizza, there is an Ace Attorney anime. You might like that more than the games. Well, I did not see something. But that doesn't prove that I did see something totally terrifying either, does it? Oh no, am I gonna lose? Uh-oh. 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 Did I get a game over? Oh. Wait, that's all I lost? Okay. Bummer, I didn't... Darn. Larry's tough. Yikes. Do I have to start over with that? Maybe. Darn it. Really, Larry, you could at least try to make this a little harder for me. I put it to you, Larry Butts, that you did in fact see something totally terrifying. Wow, to think I almost one-shot it. That's so embarrassing. How do you do it, Edgy? Some kind of mind reader? Fine, I guess there's no point in trying to keep it a secret any longer. I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets, given your track record. That was a little embarrassing. You're trying to have a logical conversation with Larry Butts. This is... That's true. That's a good point. I just couldn't help staring at it. My eyes were drawn. You keep talking about a Gemini statue. But there's no way you saw what you think you saw. It's simply not possible. What do you mean? You think I saw a ghost statue or something? Larry's still laboring under the misconception that he was looking at the Winter Wing. Oh, maybe Aquarius instead of, or Virgo instead of it?
Take that!
Take a look at this pamphlet. The Autumn Wing features sculptures depicting Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries.
Which means that whatever you saw can't have been a statue of Gemini. Guess that makes sense. It did seem pretty weird now that I think about it. One of the two people did look like a goddess. So the other stuff, I guess that wasn't my imagination either. Other stuff. You're interested in it too, aren't you, Edgy? Great, let me show you. Show me what exactly? I drew a picture of it all. Got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm still not that confident in my work, so, well, I want to see. Really? All right, here. What on earth? It's grotesque! You're trying to tell me that the statue was crying tears of blood? I have to say, Loris, it's pretty scary. Right? Because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of Gemini, but it up and turned into a goddess right before my eyes. It freaked me out so bad I screamed out loud. So he wasn't reacting to the victim collapsing in front of him. Wait, when you say it turned into a goddess, what do you mean exactly? What do you mean, what do I mean? The bottom half was suddenly a fish, that's what I mean. A goddess with a fishy bottom half sounds like Pisces to me. Heard it's all based on the legend of a goddess and her son turning into a fish to escape some baddie. Wow, really? I thought Pisces was just two plain old fish. Hadji, do you think the statue's cursed? I mean, tears of blood turning into a fish? That's some pretty cursed stuff right there. Don't be a fool. I imagine you simply mistook one statue for the other. Aw, look at you, tucking it carefully into your organizer. Huh, I simply thought I might have a use for it later. Maybe in the bathroom. You're the worst, Ed, you're the worst! Kinda freaky deaky though, huh? Statue of the bottom half changes shape. I'm pretty keen to find out what went down the autumn wing, aren't you? Suppose I am, yes. Could there be some kind of trick to the Pisces statue, perhaps? Okay, look how cute Larry looks as he's sketching. He looks so cute. Yes, Edgeworth speaking. I'm just about done in here, sir. There's no danger from the gas anymore. You can come in now. Thanks. Good work, detective. Seems it's finally safe to enter the autumn wing. Good detective sure has impeccable timing. You're going in there, Karen? Maybe I should come along too. Do you really think I was going to leave you out here on your own? I know better than that. Alright everyone, to the autumn wing. Here we are at last, and it really does look a lot like the winter wing. Glad you could make it. Oh, hey there. You're, Harry, was it? Good to see you, Harry. No! For the last time, the name's Loris Dunham. Detective, your report, if you don't mind. Yes, sir. Okay, so first off, I found a blowtorch. The nozzle was warm when I found it, so it must have been used pretty recently. Was somebody using it to heat something? Harry Butts, oh no. Was the step ladder already like that when you entered, or was it a ladder? Guess it was used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case until somebody opened the lid. Is that so? The Pisces statue. You sure up to your constellation, sir. You know what the one in the other case is too? This is the autumn wing, so I imagine it should be Capricorn. Guess there's no fooling you, sir. Thought it was supposed to be Taurus. The weird cloth wrapped around it kind of tripped me up. Back to that? Luminous cloth. Now we have evidence from the IS-7 incident too. Taking a look around. "18 years have passed and it's still showing up." Piece of luminous cloth in each of the other cases too. Sure, let me rip them right off for you. Wow, they're beautiful. The transformation Larry witnessed. Could it have been the moment when the cloth around the Pisces statue lower half fell away? See, how'd you see? I wasn't imagining things. I wasn't mistaken. Listen, Milester, I think we can all agree this room is fishier than a bucket of fish. My hunch is that someone deliberately tried to make this room look just like the Winter Wing. Hey, I'm funny! Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing. They even covered the statues up in such a way as to make them look similar. With a cloth over the bottom half, the Pisces and Gemini look almost the same. Ditto for Capricorn, covers up his bottom half and he looks pretty much like Taurus. The other two can't be fixed as easily, so covering up their cases was the only answer. Somebody went to some lengths to disguise the Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing. No way! Mr. Winter and Judge Gavelle. Ugh! What the heck are you guys doing in here? You're the last thing I need. This is my scene, you hear? Mr. Edgeworth, it seems I have failed in my duty yet again. I pray one day to see that your presence is not required at every crime scene. Gah. And that co-opting the good detective for your own ends is neither right nor good. Okay, he is still a prosecutor. You got it all wrong. It was me who asked Mr. Edgeworth to help, not the other way around. It was? Well, then you know what that means, Detective Flatfoot. Oh. Exactly. Your, salary check is taking a hit. Bet you're looking forward to your payday now. Heh. I always wanted to say that. Man, getting a wage cut from you of all people. Not so fast, Mr. Winter. I was simply assisting with the police's investigation as a witness and as a bystander. He's entirely in the right. Oh yes, huh? So you're saying I should give him a bonus instead? That's not what I'm saying at all. Wait, well, has Edgeworth actually been removed? Is he supposed to be on a break or something? I thought it was just the last case. Wouldn't mind a little salary bump, because it's not like Fender came to him being like, "Oh, be an attorney." We must take into account past transgressions when making judgments. And I hereby judge Mr. Edgeworth and his associates unfit to tread the hallowed grounds of the scene. What? We only just got here. The goddess of justice has conferred her blessings on Eustace and Eustace alone. By which you mean this is Mr. Winter's case? That's exactly what she means. It's time for the warm-up act to get off the stage. After all, I solved this one already. I have a suspect lined up and everything. What'd you say? A suspect already? Who? Who else but your artist friend? Me? What's going on, Edgy? Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even begin to imagine how the boy's mind works. Not surprising that you lack the attitude to understand the winning mindset. Lack the attitude. Something tells me he doesn't know the real winning turn of phrase. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense, random. Mr. Edgeworth does indeed lack a certain aptitude. Yeah, exactly. Where's your aptitude, smart guy? Wow, he's totally shameless. Underestimate my information gathering skills at your own peril. Before we came here, we dropped by the medical room to ask the doctor here a few questions. And he told me where the poison gas came from. And where might that have been? It was this chemical you can't find everywhere. Wait a second, let me call him real quick. Perhaps I can answer your question while Eustace is on the telephone. Why let him make the call if you know the answer? The gas was created by mixing two specific chemicals. Ubiquium and asphyxium. Ubiquium, that's funny. What kind of chemicals are they? Ubiquium is a red liquid used in all manner of everyday products. Paint and dishwashing liquids, among various others. On its own, it's entirely benign. So something anyone could get their hands on. Precisely, but the same cannot be said for asphyxium. That does sound nasty. What was it used for? It is the main ingredient of a product called Insecticide Ultra. It is pure white in color and is unavailable to the average consumer. In fact, it is nigh impossible for members of the public to obtain it here. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from. Normalium and Fatalium. I'm back, and I know the name of the chemical now. Don't waste your breath. Judge Gavelle informed us already. Huh? Oh, great. That'll make this quicker, I guess. So the source of the gas, ubiquium, is used in paint and stuff, right? And there was somebody here at the gallery today who brought paints with them. Your friend, the artist. You can't just accuse me because of that. Objection to the paints and the palette in your hand. Edgy, is this kid okay? Seems a little...
Okay, the fact that Larry is making fun of him is so funny. Indeed. I haven't known him long, but he's a little prone to jumping to the wrong conclusions.
Hey, quit talking about me like I'm not even here.
Ignore them, Eustace. They're simply intimidated by you, nothing more. Why not give them yet another reason to fear you with one of your winning deductions? Okay. She has such an interesting relationship with him.
Get a load of this, you losers. Our friend the artist here won the race to find the victim and was first on the scene, correct? And the gas the victim was poisoned with is made from ubiquium, which as we know is found in paint. He was carrying paint on his person and he was the one winning stride away from the victim, which surely means he was the winner on our list of suspects. Right, Gavel, you think so too? It is a possibility that certainly cannot be discounted. Well, would the artist care to share his version of events? Did you leave red paint at the scene of the crime? Or something more sinister, the catalyst for a cloud of toxic gas, perhaps? Think I may have left my heart there, you know, and you may have picked it up. I would be careful what you say to me. My gavel is already primed to deliver a guilty verdict.
Objection!
Ignore him, please, Your Honor. It's for the best.
Objection!
Quit stalling! You can't run away from the fact that my reasoning is flawless.
Yeah, the background is very pretty. They did such a great job with the animations. I have better things to do than to pick holes in your faulty logic, but I don't suppose I have much choice. Our friend the artist here won the race to find the victim and was first on the scene, correct? Ooh, interesting. The music here slowed down, but the other music sped up. And the gas the victim was poisoned with is made from ubiquium. Let's try that. We do indeed. It seems that it's found in a number of everyday products. Right, which makes your friend's paint pretty darn suspicious. But isn't it also found in a bunch of other stuff too? So she has a winning point, I guess. Right, Gavel? I suppose she does. As I said, ubiquium is also found in dishwashing liquids, among other things. In other words, paint isn't the only possible explanation. No, but just listen to the rest of my amazing deduction, will you? He was carrying paint on his person and was one winning stride away. It is by no means certain that the paint was the source of the poison gas. Huh. Well, if it's no means it wasn't. Was that supposed to sound clever? Copying Mr. Edgeworth's speaking style isn't a shortcut to looking cool, you know. You make it sound as if you think there's something wrong with how I speak. Anyway, to bring it all home, my winning deduction shows he had paint, and he was the closest to the victim. Which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects.
Hold it!
I'll be the first to admit that he's somewhat of a suspicious guy.
Objection!
Are you meaning you beat me to it?
But you can't, because I'm the winner. I'm the first rate, always. Huh? I'm a first rate artist, you say?
Larry! I don't need you to make this any more convoluted than it already is. Let's see if we have anything we can present beforehand. Won the race to find the scene. Okay, let's try pressing.
Hold it!
That's really all you're basing your suspicion on, Mr. Butsov?
What? You got a problem with that? Then show me proof, loser. Put up or shut up. He's literally asking for it, Mr. Edgeworth. So let's find the right piece of evidence and really give it to him. We know Mr. Winter isn't much of a listener, and we know that his reasoning is likely to be based on a flawed assumption. He phoned the other guy and got it wrong somehow. Was he first on the scene? Oh, the suspect was found guilty. Interesting. Oh, right. I mean, that's the case. Ooh, it was used before the police arrived.
Objection!
Oh. Uh-oh.
Overruled.
Calm yourself, Eustace. His so-called evidence proves nothing. I like his little dummy stuff. Is this the same reason?
Objection!
No? Okay, I guess not.
Overruled.
I was thinking that would matter, but... Okay, I have to stop and think here. No one give me any hints. I think we can get this. Won the race to find the victim first in the scene. Ubiquium, which is made with paint. He was carrying paint, and it was winning straight away. Hey there, kid, still working, darn. Maybe it's the fact that does his sketch look like Ubiquium, maybe? Poisoned? Oh yeah, shouldn't the color be different? Right, because he doesn't have I'm so dumb. Just because he has Ubiquium doesn't mean he has the other one, right?
Objection! Overruled.
I was thinking, okay, so maybe it is the poison gas. Let's see.
Objection!
Ooh, I'm really floundering here. I'm really floundering.
Hold it!
He's not much of a listener, so let's... Is ubiquium found in... I guess it is found in paint.
Objection!
There we go, finally. Is it the fact that he doesn't have it together? Your deductions are anything but winning, I'm afraid, unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence. Ha! So you agree I deserve a prize. What you deserve is to be set right. The gas came from within the case containing the sculpture. And it was created by the artist guy. With the red paint we know is full of ubiquium. It always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas is created when it's mixed with another substance, asphyxion. Paint creating it alone wouldn't be any kind of gas at all. I thought they said the guy was asphyxiated with ubiquium. It was telling on a mishearing of the forensics report. The gas has already done its work. Perhaps it's your own aptitude you should be worrying about. My aptitude? What does that even mean? You literally used the word 5 minutes ago. It means one's ability or how suited one is to a particular task, Eustace. And attitude, the other word you misused only minutes ago as well, is another thing entirely. I get what you're doing. You're making fun of me again. What I'm doing is demonstrating that you don't have the aptitude required to head up this investigation.
Overruled.
Before you go any further, you may wish to consider some of the flaws in your statements. Firstly, that you cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the Autumn Wing. And secondly, you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime. But the paint isn't important on its own, surely. What's important is the combination. I agree with you, Edgeworth. How exactly were the two substances introduced with one another? Surely we need to figure that out before anything else. Indeed we do. And that is what Eustace will be investigating next. Or what he would already be investigating had you not been here making needless trouble. We are not here to make trouble. Quite the opposite, in fact. We are here to help. Are you saying you know how the gas was made? I don't believe you. I can certainly point you to a vital clue. He is bluffing, Eustace. Ignore him. It's fine, Gavel. He's clearly lying. Might as well let him talk himself even further into a corner. If you are sure. Come then, show me what you got.
Take that!
You're saying this was somehow shows us the chemicals are mixed? That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Thank you for noticing. Well, they do say I have a good eye. The red tears Mr. Butt saw was the ubiquium. Wait a second. You're saying the statue cried the stuff out? Our culprit's some kind of evil spirit? How much time am I going to have to waste stalking him? The red tears alone would not have been enough to create the gas. They must have mixed with something else inside the case. What? And what evidence do you have that that's what happened? The evidence is right there in front of the sketch I showed you. I need to point out the part that shows the two liquids had mixed together. The fact that it blew off? Oh, I guess not. I was thinking the gas blew it up in the air. Bummer. Oh, pink. Okay. I'm a little colorblind, so it still looked kind of red to me. This clearly shows the two chemicals mixed. What? I don't get it. How does that prove that some ubiquium mixed with asphyxion? We have an artist with us. Why don't we ask him? Larry, you claim to be something of a painter. I imagine you have some experience mixing colors. What happens when you mix red and white? Don't treat me like some dumb edgy. I did graduate from junior high, you know. Any idiot knows that red and white make pink. I mean, there's variations. You got your rose pinks and your baby pinks. That will be more than enough, thank you. Do you see what I'm getting at now, Mr. Winner? Oh, I think I do. Ubiquium is red, asphyxion is white. Mix the two together. And you got pink. That's what pink liquid is. We got there in the end. Yes. Interesting. POV, you're from Godos. Oh no! POV, I can't see anything. I think you finally convinced him. I'm not like extremely colorblind, but I am colorblind. Mr. Edgeworth, you have raised a possibility, nothing more. We cannot know for sure that this shows the result of the two chemicals having mixed. And besides, the sketch you are attempting to enter as evidence was drawn by a suspect. How can we possibly hope to rely on its veracity? Hey, I drew everything exactly as I saw it. A true artist never lies or embellishes the truth. Forgive me, but I did not ask for your opinion. Ooh, she's a cold one, but I like it. You may rest assured, Your Honor, that I mean to prove my theory to all of our satisfactions. It may not be wise to jeopardize your prediction any further, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you, Protodem. Catch you later. Especially as there was another question. How can you prove that this man did not enter the Autumn Wing? Maybe the victim could help us with that. Mr. Gusto, he's still unconscious and is in critical condition. He is, oh. Hit the Dubio. That's kind of how I am. Not red-green necessarily Dubio, but I would say softly colorblind with dark shades. That's how I would say. More so that than anything else, Dubio. For the presiding judge's sake, I pray to the goddess that you need not ever be summoned to testify. Now then, is there something you wish to say? Mr. Artist. Maybe just hold that pose for a moment there, Miss Ice Queen. I am Justice Verity Gavel, and I'd be grateful if you would dispense with the childish epithets. Oh, finally she tells me her name. Nice to meet you, Verity. Name's Loris Dunim, but you can call me Loris. If you could stop wasting the court's time, Mr. Dunim. Oh yeah, sorry, it's just, there's something I forgot to mention. The door was locked. I tried to open it, and then the old guy came tumbling out. It does appear the door can be unlocked from the inside. However, that does not necessarily mean that it was locked at the time as you claim. Without proof, your statement carries little weight, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Well, as it happens, I can back our pal up here on that. What? Yep, we tried to come in here too, but it's just like the guy said. It was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Mauserino? It is. I distinctly remember how it went. So, winner wing, winner wing. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. Gallery's open for a biz, but the winter wing's off limits. Prior to the incident with the gas, it was not possible to enter this room from the outside. And what is there to say about your suspicious friend who was not with the victim? The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. Search for him for a gas mask if you like. I doubt you'll find one. That's a good point, Edgeworth. That was a little too easy. Well, Judge Gavel, do you accept that Mr. Butts is no longer a viable suspect? And that once again, Mr. Winter's deductions have fallen short of the mark? What are you talking about? I just need some more info, that's all. You can't blame a guy for being a little hasty with his deductions. You know, it's not cool for a prosecutor to be saying stuff like that, right? Very well, then perhaps we should call our next suspect. Mr. Dunim, you may step down from the stand. Huh? Go, you mean, but I was enjoying our time together, Verity. Let me stick around, please. Overruled. Show no mercy. Squish my heart into a goopy mush. I love it. Who exactly is this next suspect? The pharmacist, Delicia Scone. Your artist friend may have struggled to lay his hands on a bottle of Infesticide Ultra, but someone in her line of work would surely have a better idea of where such a thing might be acquired. The court hereby calls for a 10-minute recess. Eustace, we will go fetch the suspect. Your winning smile will bring her running, I'm sure. My winning? Of course, Gavel. Let's go see her at once. Hey, Detective Flatfoot. You carry on investigating while I'm gone, okay? Sure. Okay, Marvel says Capcom with her gavel would be sweet. I would love to see her as a as a fighter. That you mention it, she wasn't helping Mr. Winter like she usually does, huh? What exactly is your angle here, Judge Gavel? To be continued. They sure are taking their time. I thought this was supposed to be a 10-minute recess. Sorry to keep you losers waiting. But wait no longer. I won the race to find Alicia Scone, and here she is. She looks exactly the same as she did from 18 years ago. Hello, dears. The young man said you wanted to speak with me. The most wondrous wares a pharmacist can offer. Delicia to my pals, and even to Miss Delicious to some. You can call me the winner, and I'll call you whatever I want. All right, Winnie Pooh, whatever you say. Oh, Winnie Pooh, wait, that's actually really funny. So much for call me the winner. Oh, have we met before, young man? Heh, get a load of this, Delicia. That's Miles Edgeworth, Gregory's son. Well, I never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Milesy Smiles. If you must address me by a given name, just Miles will do. Ooh, Greggy Peglegs boy, and all grown up too. Makes me feel my age, why don't you? I wonder just how old she is. Eustace, I believe you have some questions for our pharmacist. Oh yeah, what brings you to the gallery today, Miss Scone? Why, I came to see dear old Moody Judy, of course. We've been fast friends for 18 long years, and no one's going to stop me from visiting her now. I understand that you helped look after Mr. Gusto in the immediate aftermath. Oh, I didn't do much, really. Just whipped up a quick antidote. You can make an antidote just like that? Oh, yes, dear. As long as I have the right ingredients, I can throw together just about any medicine you like. Certainly helped that the medical room was well equipped, though. We were much better off treating him than losing vital minutes. Anyway, we did what we could. The rest, well, that's up to him. And do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Oh yes, well, sort of. It's been 18 years since I last saw him. Apparently he's famous these days, one of the best confectioners in the world, or so they say. Interesting. So he's a well-known public figure. Okay, so the fact that he was the target of poison gas. So okay, so I feel like the true culprit in IS-7 is being attacked in this case. That's what I think. Oh yes, dear, he was on the news and everything. Confectionery, crafting, king of the world. Wow, Steel Dog really went to Zhang Fa and upped his gang, just like he said he would. Yeah, the judge definitely never ages either, huh? Are you familiar with a substance known as Infesticide Ultra? Of course, dear, you use it to get rid of, you know, what's. Oh, it's awfully strong, though. That's why they don't sell it in the shops. Might I ask what you mean by you-know-whats? Little blighters that frighten the life out of poor innocent ladies like yours truly. Ghastly little creatures running around people's nice, clean kitchens and terrorizing them. Oh, I get it. Those. Thank you, Miss Scone. One more question, if you don't mind. Yeah, she does look like a porcelain doll. Oh, yes? Right there in the Infesticide Ultra instructions, do not mix with products containing ubiquium. Because if you do, they react with each other and make a horrible poisonous gas. What was it again? Effects of inhalation include respiratory complications and death. And poor old Gusty very nearly didn't make it. Okay, I kind of feel like Judy Bound, she probably reopened up this gallery to get the suspicious people back together. She certainly talks like a skilled pharmacist. Ubiquium's awfully thick and sticky, and it hits up very quickly. It's also bright red and smells minty fresh, and cheap as chips. Asphyxian's more watery and white in color. That will do, thank you. You are clearly well informed, Miss Scone. As well I should be, dearie. After all, Infesticide Ultra is made by the company I work for. Oh, but before you get the wrong idea, they don't go around handing out free samples. As I say, it's awfully, terribly dangerous. You couldn't buy it even if you wanted to. I thought she suspected Mr. Scone, Miss Scone. That smile makes me wonder if she has some other different angle in mind. Yes, sir. Turns out the sculpture's glass opens from the top. That's rather unusual. And the temperature inside can be adjusted too, all the way down to 0 degrees. The Pisces Cape was kept at 26 degrees. Dang near got my hand stuck to it. We're lucky you escaped alive. They found something on the underside of the top dark of the Pisces case. Oh, Shingo! Yay! I love to see it, Shingo. Yay for Twitch. I love that you have the Capcom versus icon. Now we're talking. That's odd. If there was ubiquitum stuck to it, it should have stayed stuck. After all, 26 degrees, it would have been frozen solid. It would, huh? So, how did things wind up as they are now? I think Kay might be able to help us figure out. Little Thief? How come they call him? How come he calls it Mr. Thief and not Little Thief? Did they change the name? Can't believe I'm taking orders from this guy, but whatever. Anything for the truth. Oh? Before you get too carried away, the goddess of justice has no need of your help. We will find the truth ourselves. Youch! Why so frosty, Judge G? Your baby prosecutor just gave us the big thumbs up. What's the issue here? Oh, wait. Don't tell me the committee has some dirty little secret it doesn't want us finding out. I am not required to explain myself to you. Wow. I feel like Fender is so sharp. You feel you must absolutely participate in the investigation. Perhaps you can prove to me that it will be worth our while. What does she have in mind here? Who triggered the release? Oh, okay. I like that. I like it random. And I bet in Japanese it's like, it'd be like, you know, he'd be like calling it Thief-san instead of like, I don't know, Chibi Thief. I don't know. Or Chibi, like Thief-kun. I don't know. I have no idea. I wonder what the Japanese is. You heard the lady smiles. Somebody opened the Pisces Cate and let out that gas. Considering what we've learned so far, there's only one person it could possibly be, no. The answer's indisputable. The one employee. I hate to say it. Is it actually Judy Bound? Oh, okay, I guess not. Because I was thinking she might have control of the temperature. So, would it have actually been her? There's only one person who was in this room when the gas was released. Oh! Gusto himself. The victim, Carmelo Gusto, is the only person to have entered the Autumn Wing. Thus, only he could have opened the case. Correct. That appears to be the only logical answer. Very well. I will permit your participation. However, if at any point I feel you are contributing nothing of value, you'll be removed. Understood. Even if Mr. Gusto did open the case, we still have no idea why. This is so interesting. I feel like everyone is suspicious. Judy Bound, I feel like the confectioner, and then even the pharmacist. They're all suspicious in their own ways. It's very interesting. Let's go, Mr. Thief! Eek! Don't scare me like that! So this is what you were talking about. You're Mr. Thief. Let's begin by examining the Pisces sculpture. A generous amount of ubiquium frozen to the upper side. The actual glass lid is all cracked, though. Do you have any idea how the glass lid might have come to be so cracked? See, I feel like it has to be Judy as much as I love her, and as much as she's my waifu, because she is the warden, right? Or the curator. So I feel like she's the only one who would have access over, like, you know, locking things and swapping things around. I don't know. But I also feel like she's not a killer, right? Because she didn't actually kill the guy. It was poison gas that had failed.
Or maybe not. Maybe that frozen sculpture was meant to kill someone back in the day. Oh, gosh, this is complicated. I mean, she's definitely guilty of something. Judy Bound is guilty of something. She might not be the killer, but she's guilty of something. Hey there, Cito. Cito, I got a... Oh. Outer facing side. It's a cracked piece of glass that we know. And we also know that it wasn't damaged in any direct way on its outer facing side. Ice cold. Nice to think of the way you glare at people, sir. Deeply etched. That's true, Sleazy. Why is it all heat cracked in the first place? Why indeed, a heat cracked glass lined on its underside with frozen ubiquium. I know Mr. Gusto opened the case. Don't give it to yourself, Edgeworth. I want answers. You know, Tomato, I've never actually, I've never played Danganronpa. I really should. I know they're kind of similar to Ace Attorney. They'd actually make for a fun crossover, wouldn't they? I think it's likely that it was used on the glass lid, causing it to crack. A blowtorch. Who uses a blowtorch to open a glass case? Oh, I get it. Mr. Gusto was trying to melt the frozen ubiquium so he could open the lid. You beat me to the answer by a second, but we'll see who wins in the end. Don't try and tell us you nearly had it. You didn't have a clue. Nah, it was Edgeworth making things hard to understand. Okay, would you mind updating the recreation? Look at Larry's sculpt. I just love him sketching in the background. Mr. Gusto was alone in the autumn wing, and he used this blowtorch to melt the frozen ubiquium on the underside. As the ubiquium melted, it mixed with the asphyxion that was already present, thereby producing our poisonous gas. Okay, well, I've never played Danganronpa, so I guess I don't know why, but... When Mr. Gusto had finally managed to open the lid, he would have released the gas and poisoned himself. He made it as far as the fountain room, where he collapsed. But why the heck a doodle do did he want to open the case in the first place? Not sure. In fact, we don't even know what his ultimate goal was. Thinking he might have come here for the same reason I did. To check out the autumn wing? Oh, to check out not the autumn wing, but the winter wing. You remember right? I thought this is where the winter wing was when we first got here. Caught you to it, did I, my little Eddie Lumpkin? I was so confused, what with it being in Chillywinks with all those years ago. There's even the same little tree in front of the blessed door. We need to go in and take another look at the winter wing. Eureka! Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer. The answer to what exactly? The man was going to end it all. A dramatic exit stage left, sort of artsy-fartsy farewell. Have you been listening at all this whole time? At my level, I barely need to listen to a word, and I still understand exactly half of what's going on. Perhaps I can explain a few of the finer details to you later, Eustace. Winner's prerogative. Winners! Sure! Thanks, Gavel. Thank you indeed. I find it's always best to leave things like child wrangling to a professional. In the meantime, don't you have something to tell Mr. Edgeworth and his friends? Oh yeah, I totally forgot! I took the liberty of investigating our friendly pink pharmacist here. Or rather, I had one of my underlings do it. There's nothing to brag about, you know. Shut up! Can't you see I'm talking? Anyway, let's put a pin on my suicide theory for now. Yeah. I have something more important to tell you. It's, it was Miss Delicious who set up the poison gas trap. Eek! I was greatly saddened to learn of this, Miss Scone. Your profession is one dedicated to saving lives, yet you use your expertise to try to take one. I beg your pardon, how dare you? I did no such thing.
Perhaps you could explain, Mr. Winner. Haha, you bet I can. Got a load of this. This is Miss Delicious's pharmacist license. And it says right here that she's authorized to handle Infesticide Ultra. A product we have established contains asphyxium. Exactly. It's almost impossible for ordinary people to get a hold of that stuff. But Miss Delicious is no ordinary person. She's a card-carrying pharmacist. I didn't do it. This is all terrible misunderstanding.
Objection!
And that's not all. There was a bottle of Infesticide Ultra in the victim's pocket. And what do you know? It's covered in your fingerprints. Oh, wow. Eek! We know that you and Miss Bound took the victim to the medical room. What better moment to slip the bottle into his pocket, No. There was only one person on the premises licensed to carry Infesticide Ultra, and that was you, Miss Scone. Furthermore, you are acquainted with Miss Bound, the owner of the gallery, meaning you would have had access to the building and ample opportunity to prepare your trap. No, dear, listen, you don't understand. The Infesticide Ultra was stolen. Lying will only lengthen your sentence, Miss Scone. I'm not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere. I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That cloth looks familiar. Here we go. I knew it was in here somewhere. Look. Something rendered on it, I think. April 1st. Complaint filed. Offense theft. It's a crime report relating to a thief. See ya, silly bullies. I told you somebody pinched it off of me a week ago, no less. By which you mean to say that it was not in your possession at any point today? That's exactly what I mean to say. I think the bottle you found might be the one I lost. I always have some in my medicine bag, just in case, you know. And I'm supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but, well, I'd forget my head if it weren't screwed on. And now, thanks to a silly old me, somebody's gone and mixed up a cloud of poison gas. I see, but why on earth would you carry such a hazardous substance? Like I said, just in case, you never know when one of them might appear. You mean the ghastly little creatures that run around in people's nice, clean kitchens type of them? You just roll up a newspaper and whack. One and done. Psst, Gavel. What do I do now? Of course. I think perhaps it might be wise to confirm the authenticity of the crime report. Can't hurt to verify Miss Scone's story, after all. She might be lying to us. Good idea. All right, I'm going to go give the precinct a call. Don't go anywhere. So Miss Scone might not be guilty after all. Indeed, if she really were the one who set up the poison gas trap, then I highly doubt she would have used a method that directly implicates her. So, who do you think did it, Smiles? Someone with knowledge of the victim's likely behavior and the time and means to prepare. Two factors which point to one very specific person.
Take that!
Surely only Miss Bound, the proprietor of these premises, could possibly prepare it such a way. We'll need some solid evidence to support a theory nonetheless. So it was her, huh? Strange, it's like he already knew. Woo, nice shooting, Mauserino. Might have to make that associate position a permanent deal. That is not what I was hoping for. Ahem, I'm back with results. The police have confirmed that the theft really was reported and logged. Which means we may have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions, team. You mean that every single one of your conclusions proved to be hogwash? No, I mean, we're only just getting started. Oh, then what's the next move? Well, first we need to talk to Miss Bound. And then I'll think about what to do after that. Eustace. Mr. Gusto's real destination appears to have been the Winter Wing. Perhaps it would have been worth having someone investigate the room more thoroughly. We should totally do that. Flatfoot, go investigate the Winter Wing. Yes, sir. Gavel, we're going to talk to Miss Bound. Very good, Eustace. We'll join you if you don't mind. You know what? I'm kind of thinking right now is a good time to stop. So I can get ready to hang out in the evening.
So I think I will do just that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. This case is so interesting. So interesting, what with the connection to the past and the future. Really wonder what all the little details are going to add up. Fun stream, long case, absolutely. Very long cases. Good night to all, I guess not good night, but catch you guys all later. Probably tomorrow afternoon I'll stream again. I don't know that I'll do another evening one, but I will probably do another afternoon one. Hopefully everyone can make it. Hope you guys are all enjoying the rest of your Wednesday. Happy day. A moment of silence, I guess, for, you know, oh my gosh, look at my hat here. You know, 9/11, never forget, you know. Oh my gosh, my hair. All right, anybody. Anyway, I hope you guys all take care. Have a good rest of your day. Oh yeah, Kokoji, let's do it. I love it. Thank you, Cabo. Thanks for being a good person and finding good people to raid. Absolutely, let's do that. Alrighty, good night, everybody. Catch you later.